Welcome to Fullerton College Football on Sportsnet, USA.net. Hi, I'm Mark Pavlovich, along with Corey Neyland, Ryan Osmore, and our technical wizard, Joseph Pavlenko. Happy to bring you all the games here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Well, guys, this game is reminiscent to 2016-2017, Corey, that when the Hornets played College of the Canyons, both those games they took care of. Jordan Hoy, 4 touchdowns on this field. And what did they walk away with? National championship. So if you're a Hornet fan, you're looking for that same outcome. On the flip side, College of the Canyons, they got a kid that can deal at quarterback, and we'll see what they can do.
College of the Canyons recently very much a successful program, and not just recently, but since the days of Chuck Lyon, when he was a player at College of the Canyons. College of the Canyons is one of the premier football programs in community college football in the state.
Sean Griffin back deep for the Hornets. Elijah Griffin up close. Kashawn takes it in the end zone, decides to bring it out at the 10, 15, stutter steps, gets across the 20. They're going to take him down at the 25. So first down and 10 for the Hornets here at Shapell Stadium with Joe, Ryan, Corey, and myself here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
Offensive line for the Hornets, Nathan Ramirez, 6'2", 295 out of El Dorado, joined by Marcelo Saenz out of Glendale, Arizona, 6'3", 285. Daniel Medelis out of La Mirada, 6'3", 280. Eduardo Barajas Contreras, 6'1", out of Glen, 315 pounds. And Nick Siatunuu, 6'1", 315 out of Kennedy High School.
Chandler Galban comes in at quarterback. Brandon Rankins, we'll see what he does today. Galban goes back, looks across the middle of the field, throws it out there, and Corey, easy pitch and catch, caught right there by Thompson, who nobody was covering down the field. So Thompson comes away with the first catch of the game. St. Julian to the near side of the field. Thompson stays on the far side of the field. Galban still at quarterback, first down and 10 at the 43. Brandon Rankins goes wide to the far side of the field, no place to run.
Now tackled by Jonathan Thomas, but in there early for the Cougars. Looks like it was Dylan Vredenberg who gets the start today. Didn't get the start last week. Dean Miller also up front, along with Taylor Lewis and Henry Ikahihifo.
Smith to the far side of the field. Christopher Kuntz with him. Kashawn Griffin in the slot. They throw it to Rankin in the flat. Catches it at the 40. Steps out of one tackle and gets to midfield, a running back that can catch the football.
Nice to see. On defense, they run a 3-3-5 stack type of defense. Cole Bullock in there at the middle, outside linebacker, along with Vredenberg and Thomas. We'll set that secondary in a moment.
Third down and 3, right across the 50. Galban comes back, runs a delay with Rankins up the middle. Gets a great block, refuses to go down against the 40. That offensive line opened up a hole for him.
Yeah, they're going to have to open up many holes. They only had 2.9 yards per carry last week against Cerritos. They're looking to get to at least 5 today.
First down and 10, right at the 40. Rankin stays in at running back. They go right back to him, this time on the left side, and he gets taken down on a good tackle. No whistle blown. He never touched. The ball gets knocked out on the ground, and College of the Canyons should walk away with the first turnover of the game. So Rankin does not touch a knee, Corey. He stays erect, gets down, and they punch the ball out from behind. And College of the Canyon gets the first turnover in this game.
Yeah, he lands on Jonathan Thomas, who makes the tackle right on him, so he gets up and takes off. And punched out, I couldn't tell if that was Latif Adu, but Joshua Madison comes up with the fumble recovery for the Cougars. And Adu was the one who punched it out.
Colton Doyle comes out at quarterback for the Cougars. Taquan Gilmore to the near side of the field, one of his favorite receivers. They quickly throw it over in the flat, taken there by Trevon Elliott. and Elliott gets very little on the play.
And that offensive line, left tackle Donovan Reyes, left guard is Cole Smith, the center Danny Valenzuela, Tomas Adami, the right guard, and Jonathan Ariano is the right tackle.
Tim Wiggins to the far side of the field. Gilmore to the near side of the field. Colton Doyle goes back, throws a little screen pass. Up the middle, Doyle felt the pressure. Nice little flip off to Muganda, his running back, who comes out. Gets a first down.
Troy McDonald with the pressure, with Samaniego, Mott, Dunnick, and Jordan Rice left to right across that defensive line. Gil Vasquez on the left side backer, Junior Wiley the right side, Marcellus Gaines in the middle.
Wiggins far left, Gilmore near side of the field. Colton Doyle takes his time. No pressure, has time to stand. Now he tries to get out. It's a foot race to the sideline. Doyle again flips it up. It's dropped. Are they going to call it a reception?
I think they're going to call that a catch, Mark.
Boy, it looked like he dropped it on the turf, but they're going to call it a completion for a gain of 3.
And you can see Brian Crooks wants to go after Doyle. He hasn't been hit in the first 2 games.
Wiggins and Elliott to the far side of the field. Gilmore still to the near side of the field. 2nd down and 8. Throw it over to the flat. Muganda takes it there. Nice little move, a slip move by him and Corey. He's still running. Nobody can bring him down. And finally, the runaway train gets taken down at the 33. Great move in the open field.
26 yards on the carry, or on the pass and catch. Muganda with a nice job trying to tackle with your head down. You're never going to tackle anyone. That was Devin Barnes with the first missed stop, near side corner. Far side corner will be O'Shea Davis. Jonathan Smith and Chandler Brown are the safeties.
Doyle runs an option, feels it, looks, backs up, middle of the field, and Doyle has that gun, and he gets it to Hunter Smith, who just snatches it out of the air.
So again, the pressure comes, but no pressure didn't get to him. Good job just by clipping, and not clipping on a penalty, but just chipping and clipping the defensive line to create a little bit of more time for Doyle to complete that pass.
Gilmore stays out to the right. Calvin Littles now is in the slot next to Gilmore. Wiggins still out to the far side of the field. Empty set backfield for College of the Canyons. No pressure. Now you step up. The young man, middle of the field, and we should get a flag, and there's no flag on the field, Corey. It looked like the receiver got hooked on the play.
Yeah, Junior Wiley was there. He was going to get beat. It was going to be a good penalty because if he had completed the pass, that would have been 6. So you hold him there. It would only been a first down, but no call. So 2nd and 10.
So they're at the 20. And so far we've heard about Colton Doyle. When you give him time, he'll crank up the arm. Muganda still in the backfield with him. Gilmore out wide to the right. Out wide to the left is Timmy Wiggins. Doyle fakes it to Muganda, keeps it himself, goes up the middle. No gain on the play.
Good job of Fullerton by collapsing.
10-16 to go. Well, the Hornets were moving. Turn the ball over. The defense trying to hold it to a minimum against College of the Canyons. The Cougars, 3rd down and 10 at the 20. Doyle tries to get him to move. Muganda in the backfield. Wiggins far to the left. Near side is Elliott in the slot. Next to him is going to be Littles. And then Gilmore far to the outside. Doyle looks. Here comes the pressure. It's a jailbreak on Doyle's. He tries to get away from one. He's going to take it down, keep running, and they don't knock him out of bounds, Corey. He's going to step out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
And just the stutter step on the defensive lineman created 1 yard of room, and he got around the corner to pick up the first down. Very mobile quarterback is Colton Doyle.
So it looks like it's just outside the 10. So it should be 1st and 10. Not first and goal. I'm trying to see it. No, it's going to be first and goal.
No, it's
going to be fourth
inches.
down.
Wow.
So they've changed it 3 times. They made it first down.
No.
The yard marker goes to the 4th. Now he goes back to the 1st. Muganda takes it on a sweep, gets to the 5. So it'll be 2nd down and 6. Second down. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 6. Boy, the guys across the side of the field are confusing all of us here in the booth.
Tomas Adami and Jonathan Ariano on the right side is doing a wonderful job of creating room for Doyle and Muganda on that right side to pick up positive yardage, Mark.
Wiggins out far to the left. Elliott in the slot next to him. Then we look at Littles. Doyle rolls. Looks all by himself. Touchdown it should be, and it is. So the Cougars get on the board on what looked like a picturesque walk through the park for the Cougars.
Yeah, they knew what they wanted to do. They wanted to get Doyle outside, and there's a
illegal formation. Too many people in the backfield. Offense. 5-yard penalty. We made 2nd down.
So you could hear that from on the field. Corey, great play. They're bringing it back because of an illegal formation. And so the Hornets, who should be down by 6 right now, are still even in the game.
So they dodge a bullet there. And Mark, we'll see if Fullerton can react and get to the quarterback.
2nd and goal from the 10. Gilmore out to the right. Wiggins out to the left. Muganda the backfield. They throw a little flat pass right there by the receiver. Doesn't get any place. Little collision down the field. It's going to bring a 3rd down. And Ryan Osborne, right now when you look at this Hornet defense, we heard there was going to be pressure, but Doyle looks really comfortable in the backfield.
Indecision was the big theme on the coaches' show during this entire week. We talked to Coach Keenan Gardner about his offense. Same thing was parried by Coach Robinson on the defense. They have to make a decision and go with it as soon as possible.
3rd and goal. Doyle goes back, has protection, has time, throws it across, and again, oops, I dropped it. Corey, we saw that in the Cerritos game. And another oops, I dropped it just cost the Cougars.
And it looks good for the Fullerton College defense that they hold right there and bend but don't break. But another drop pass, and he was open wide right in the middle. If he makes one move, he can score. And who was that dropped it? That was Tim Wiggins.
So the Hornets, like Corey would say, they want to dodge a bullet. Ty Morrison comes in. They'll spot the ball at the 17. You add 10. It's a 27-yard attempt for Morrison. The ball is spotted. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So it's 7:42 to go in the first quarter. Well, Corey, it looked like the offense was moving. A mistake by Brandon Rankins. A dropped ball by the Cougars, and the Hornets walk away only giving up 3 points. Don't forget, all our games here on SportsNetUSA.net are brought to you by Miller Toyota of Anaheim. That's right, we're back, they're back. Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Looking for that newer used Toyota? No better place to go, no better prices in Southern California. Euclid and the 91. Miller Toyota of Anaheim is a proud sponsor of community college sports and education. So, did it hurt the Hornets, Corey? I mean, I know
Yes.
fumbles always hurt.
Yes, it hurt.
Okay. I know people are going to say, Mark, why would you ask that? But,
No buts.
okay.
No buts. They're driving. They got the ball down to the 30-yard line, advancing on a Cougar defense and looking to score. They give the ball up. Now they're down 3.
Deshaun Griffin back deep. He's going to let the ball at the 2, at the 10. Cuts through the middle. Gets heat high speed. Gets taken down at the 25-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Hornets at the 25.
Brian Snoke with the special teams tackle. And we'll set that secondary for the Cougars as we did last time. Abdul Latif Adu, Joshua Madison, Cameron Bell, Tylen Foster, and Joshua Christopher is the secondary.
So Calban comes back out at quarterback. Jordan Smith, near side of the field. Kashawn Griffin is in the slot on the near side of the field. First down and 10 at the 25 for the Hornets. Calban goes to throw it and says, oh, I think the peanut butter never got wiped off the football, and drops it on the ground.
No, Mark, if it was peanut butter, it sticks to his hands. That was just the oil. Slipped out. So 15 yards ago, as Garnett Davis is now in the backfield for the Hornets.
So Davis out of St. Mary's is the running back. Second down and 15 now. Calban goes back. Gives it to Kashawn Griffin. Running that little delayed slant. Stays on his feet. Arm tackle not possible. They finally take him down. This is a play we see a lot in practice, Corey. Basically, it's a half-a-yard pass.
Yeah, that's that wide receiver screen that, really made its way recently in the college football arena. But again, they get it to a dynamic player in Kashawn Griffin, who has the record for kickoff returns in the season for the Hornets, as he wants to make a move, and he can go anytime he touches the ball.
Calban comes back. Third down and a foot. Handed straight up the middle. Grabbed there and did not make it. And Corey let me know before he even did. You can hear Corey Nail in the background goes, he did not make it.
Sorry about that bad broadcast etiquette, Mark, but no. Jonathan Thomas was there, and I think as well as Ika Hihofo. I'm sorry, I've said it right the first time. Sorry about that, my man.
I'm so glad the pressure's on Corey.
Ika Hihifo.
Ika Hihifo, yes.
Oh, it's easier to say it the second time. Ryan Osborne chimes in with a little dummy neck. Ball is dribbled. Nice spiral kick. Ball gets there. Hit. Ball's out. Hornets got. Pick it up. Touchdown, Fullerton College.
They're going to call.
They call him out at the half-yard line.
And they're going to call a halo infraction, Mark.
And that was a delayed flag, Corey, for the halo infraction. So, explain the halo infraction to people at home.
I believe it's 5 yards, or is it 3 yards? It could be 3 or 5 yards.
Kicking team, 15-yard penalty, first down.
And I can't remember if it's 3 or 5 yards, a halo infraction, but they're calling pass interference on that. So I'm gonna have to go over the rule book to see if it's different in the college game, but that's usually a 5-yard penalty. And again, there was no fair catch called.
And we just got another yellow flag, and the referee turned around and said, somebody keeps yapping, so the bench has just gotten another penalty.
And that's Phil Austin that they're looking at.
Sideline warning, Fullerton. Sideline warning.
So that's why the flag was thrown. It's picked up.
And Mark, since there's no fair catch called, that's a live play. So it should not be a penalty unless I need to reread the rule book.
First down and 10 for the Cougars at the 43. So far, it's breaks for them in the first half. Handed straight up. Muganda cuts the outside. Boy, besides having side, this young man has speed as a running back.
22 on the carry. And it's just a delayed handoff right up the middle. Fullerton, being very, very aggressive, gets caught with that aggressiveness.
First down and 10 at the 32. They hand it off to Muganda. He cuts on a dime, cuts back up the middle, gets a gain down to the 25. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, and the offense for the Cougars is hitting on every syllable. Cylinder, syllable. Well, if you're doing a word, it's a syllable. Second down and 3 at the 25. Doyle at quarterback. Muganda at running back. Gilmore out to the right. They hand it off to Muganda. Straight up the middle. He is tough to bring down. Corey. Strong runner.
Yes. It's close to 50 yards already in the first quarter.
First down and 10 at the 20. So I heard the Fullerton College Hornets said, hey, we got to run the football if we're in the game. The Cougars are running the football, and so far, statistically and score-wise, they're dominating in this first quarter. 1st and 10 at the 21. Gilmore out to the right. Doyle at quarterback. Muganda picks it up. Doyle has nobody covering. Touchdown, Cougars.
And that's what Cerritos did to Fullerton twice last week, because they got somebody wide open on the outside, as miscommunication on that far side corner, and the safety creates a touchdown for Elliott. I mean, he was marked. Wide open doesn't do it enough description.
So people would call it a busted play, a busted defense, but you're just going to say somebody took a walk in the woods and went the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So the Hornets down big and early. And with 4:06 to go here in the first quarter, it's now the Cougars 10, the Hornets nothing here on sportsnetusa.net. Ryan Osborne, you're out there for the coaches show, and you kept telling me what the Hornets have to do. They're not even showing that in this game today.
No, that was one of the big things when we talked to the coaches. They have to be able to be indecisive. We mentioned it earlier. If they're going to commit to something, getting into the backfield, they have to take off. A couple of times on that last drive, you saw Fullerton get into the backfield, but you saw a guy hesitate and say, oh, wait, where's this read coming from, and not go forward with that pressure. That's something that's got to improve as the afternoon goes on.
And, Corey, I've got to look at you. They basically have said the whole time, hey, they haven't played anybody. And what has happened today in today's game? They're playing supposedly another ranked team. Maybe this is really a team that's for real. Cougars up by 10 quickly in this game. The Hornets need to regroup. This ball is going to get hooked out of bounds, so the Hornets will start with excellent field position.
Yes. Yes, they will. And we'll see what's happening. The offense isn't playing horribly. They had a strong first drive. That second drive, they went back to the passing game and tried to open some things up. Still the first quarter, they're going to have to settle down, score this drive to get back into the game, and then they'll start right on over, and the defense will come out stronger after a score here.
So Brandon Rankins was moving. He fumbles the football. The defense comes up big here in the first quarter. Only allows the Cougars 3 points. Then the Cougars get the ball back again on what was thought to be a botched play by the Cougars, but in turn it was a penalty against the Hornets. Trey Edwards now in at quarterback for the Hornets. Edwards at quarterback, Brandon Rankin standing next to him. We get a flag, and it's going to be illegal procedure against the Hornets.
Number 80, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
So Trey Edwards stays in the game.
Quarterback in for the Hornets, number 7, Trey Edwards.
Huffman goes out far to the right. Near side of the field, Charles Byers, great set of hands. Edwards at quarterback, Rankin at running back. They hand it to Rankin. Rankin picks up about 4 on the play, and there's a little scuffling going on. The referees step in, and of course the fans would like to see Tylan Foster get a penalty on him. Corey, that was just a good acting job.
That was a poor acting job, Mark. Yeah, you don't need to draw the penalties. You don't need to draw the fouls. Just play your game.
So gain of 4. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 11. They hand it right over the middle of the field. Ball's caught, dropped, incomplete pass.
Pass incomplete.
And so Thomas catches it, is hit, ball comes out, great hit, incomplete pass.
Yeah. Bang, bang, good job.
And the reason why that's an incomplete pass, Mark, is because it goes into his hands, but he pops it up over towards his chest so that way he can secure it. At that exact moment, that's when he gets hit. So he never actually has true possession of the football.
3:20 to go. Hornets down by 10. 3rd down and 11, right from 34. Edwards goes back, throws over the flat. Caught. Huffman catches it, steps out of bounds. It should move the chains, and it does.
Number 15 for the Hornets.
So it's
Huffman, first
simply a
down,
good
Hornets.
deep out route.
Knocked out of bounds by Freeman.
1st down and 10, right at the 46. Trey Edwards moves away, gets a block, throws to the flat. Caught. It is incomplete. He's out of bounds. They're going to call. Boy, I thought the back judge was going to call that complete.
For one, he came out from out of bounds back inbounds for one. And if he caught it inbounds without reestablishing himself, it is an incomplete pass.
Second down and 10. Trying to find a football to play with 2:56 to go. Well, that might be a way to slow down the Cougars. Have an invisible football.
As we've heard all week and today, they're a fast football team, both offensively and defensively. They like to get up and fast. That 3-3 defense is really causing havoc.
Second down and 10. Edwards goes back, has time, dances away, stays on his feet, runs out of bounds. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down at about 6 for the Hornets.
And we'll see if they run a similar play because Garnett Davis is open 7 yards down the field. Linebacker slipped on the play, and that's Vradenberg, who wasn't there, out of position. Edwards missed Garnett Davis in the middle.
Kashawn Griffin back in the game. Now goes in motion from left to right. Goes back. Edwards feels the pressure. Throws across the middle of the field. And he finds Griffin, who comes to one side of the field, back to the other side of the field, Corey, for a 1st down.
Being able to move the pocket with the threat of running from Edwards is a chance of slowing the Cougars down just minimally and enabling them to get the 1st down.
Davis in the backfield. They fake it to Davis. Trey Edwards throws it up, middle of the field, overshoots everybody, incomplete pass.
And that's one thing you're going to have to get away from if you're a Fullerton quarterback is just throwing it up. Because this Cougars secondary, in a 3-3-5, the safety was probably your best, most athletic player, and they cover a lot of ground, and that's a do. Madison as well. And the nearest one was Cameron Bell, who was striding over.
Brandon Rankin back in the game. 1:57 to go. Trey Edwards gets it. They hand it off to Rankin. Rankin gets hit from behind and gets a gain of 2 on the play.
Well, he runs into the back of his offensive lineman, Isaiah Obas-Kaweza, and so he bounces back 2 yards.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9. Right at the 34. Brandon Rankin's in at running back. Masick, Giovanni Masick in the slot to the near side of the field. Trey Edwards at quarterback. They go back. Edwards has time. Pulls it down, throws it. Caught in completion right there. And Corey, just the man I was talking about, Giovanni Masick, makes the catch on the play.
Masek on the catch. That's a 1st down inside the 20 to 19-yard line. 1st down, Hornets.
Thompson to the near side of the field. They run it with Brandon Rankins. Goes across, tackle on the right side. Gets across, and they're going to mark him down at the 15. So we're under a minute here in the 1st quarter. And, yeah, if you're a Cougar fan, you love the way this game's going. It's the Cougars 10, the Hornets 0 here on SportsNetUSA.net. Kashawn Griffin goes far side in the slot. Near slot, Christopher Kuntz. Edwards looking, down to 30 seconds. He goes back, rolls out, away from pressure, takes off running, he feels the pressure, throws the middle of the field, goes up, caught, touchdown. They're saying he's out of the end zone. And I tell you what, Coy Thomas Ryan Osborne saying he was in. Corey Neyland thinks he was in.
If I'm not mistaken, he dropped 2 feet inbounds before he gets out.
Well, we thought so. Huh.
So from down here, we thought it was a touchdown. Not called. 21 seconds to go. Third down. Edwards goes back. Pulls it down himself. Stays on his feet. Spins. Going to get there. They're going to give him the first with 11.4 seconds to go. And now they're going to measure it. Well, the crowd's getting a little edgy down in front of Joseph Pavlovich on the right side of our booth. I don't know, Joe. You know, you might be ready to duck with 11 seconds to go. They're going to wind the clock. We're going to let the clock run out here in the first half. And as the clock comes down to the end of the first quarter, it's the Cougars 10, the Hornets 0 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Hey, if things are running down for you, well, the best thing to do is get a new car. There's no better place to get a new car than Miller Toyota of Anaheim. That's right. Right now, if you're a veteran, $500 discount. If you're a student, $500 discount. And if you're good looking like me, well, they're probably going to up the price on you just a little at Miller Toyota of Anaheim. I mean, when you're debonair, good looking, and crazy, well, the last one's true here on sports@usa.net. That would be me. So if you're looking for a new Toyota or maybe a used car for your kid that's going to college, no better place to go than Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Miller Toyota of Anaheim, located at Euclid and the 91. Big supporter of community college sports and education. That's Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Corey Neyland, first quarter, all Cougars. You said the offense didn't look bad, but yet the offense doesn't really do anything in that first quarter.
Well, that turnover hurt by Brandon Rankins on the first drive because that was an impressive drive to start. They were in Cougar territory. They were beyond the 30-yard line in Cougar territory driving. That fumble, it hurts. But again, Cougars came out, and they've established themselves as the more aggressive team in that first quarter of play. But the Hornets, again, they're not playing horribly on offense. They just need to get in the end zone, and things will right itself for the Hornets. Now, for the Cougars, they've got to keep that momentum going. They got to keep that aggressiveness so they can continue. They want to go 3-0 just like the Hornets.
First and goal for the Hornets to start the second quarter off. They're down by 10. Edwards comes back in at quarterback. Garnett Davis, the running back for the Hornets. Trips to the left is the formation. Trey Edwards looks, steps out. He's going to go with his running back. Doesn't go, then tries to flip it to Huffman, who was sort of shadowing him down the field as a receiver.
Yeah, now he just might got to take off and run. I mean, Edwards had the left side open. He gets to maybe the 5-yard line before first contact is probably made. A missed tackle, he scores. But again, you want to be more positive with the ball in that situation.
Brandon Rankins comes back in at running back. Jordan Smith out far to the right. In the slot on the left-hand side is going to be Masick. They run it right up the middle. Brandon Rankins is down at the 6-inch line.
Yes, he is. 3 touchdowns last week against Cerritos. Looking for number 4 on the season here.
Third and goal. They hand it off to Rankins. He tries to back in. He tries to fall in. That should be touchdown Fullerton College. Touchdown Fullerton College. Wow, Corey. Can I ask you something? What are the officials watching?
They just wanted to be sure on the call, Mark.
Ryan Osborne, I think the officials on the field have the same eyesight that you and Joe have normally in the radio station. Not too clear, not too precise. But no matter how you looked at it, the Hornets get in the end zone.
Cesar Velasquez on for the extra point, Mark.
Ball is spotted, kick is up, and the kick is right down the middle. So as we just break into a sweat here in the second quarter, it's now the Cougars 10, the Hornets 7, here on Sportsnet USA.net. Again, a stupid question to you because you get down there, you look good, and then all of a sudden it's that 6-inch touchdown you need. You had to walk away with a touchdown if you were the Hornets.
Yeah, this was 4-down territory, if the cliche will let me say that. If third down, they don't make it, they're going for fourth down. They needed a touchdown in that situation because Canyons, again, they're the more aggressive team at this point. The breaks have been going their way. Fullerton doesn't score in that situation. That could be kind of demoralizing. And we haven't seen Fullerton, well, the last time we were out, Fullerton in those games that they played tough against tough teams and got demoralized, they didn't come out with victories.
So they're just down by 3 so far in this game. Trevon Elliott back deep for the Cougars. Standing next to him, Taquan Gilmore. Gilmore goes deep into the end zone and decides he's going to take it out. Gilmore with open side on the far side of the field, stays on his feet, flag down, and usually in there it might be a holding call against the Cougars.
Yeah, they might holding or pushing the back. I saw a Fullerton player start at the 30 and end up at the 25, so it might be a push in the back as well. But good return by Gilmore.
Ryan Osborne, now you look at the defense for the Hornets, who, okay, they're only down by 3, but Doyle's had his ways. What do you need to do now?
The number one thing that you need is you need a QB hit here on this drive. At some point. You don't necessarily need that interception. You don't necessarily need to force that fumble to get yourself momentum. You've got to get into the backfield and make sure that Doyle isn't comfortable.
So it's holding on that. And of course, he talks about a quarterback hit. No turnovers needed. You just need to rattle the Cougars.
More so, you simply need to play strong defense. If you don't get a hit on the quarterback, if the Hornets would need a 3-and-out. Quick moment, Makai Smith, new right side nose tackle. Marcus Thompson on the right side end.
Doyle in at quarterback again. He's had a great first quarter. First down and 10 at the 18. Doyle throws it out in the flat. Take it out there in the defense. This time, Corey Neyland comes up and makes the play and throws a really nice tackle on Zool, Cyrus Zool, who's now in the backfield.
Yeah. So Junior Wiley, again, one of the smartest guys on the defense. Ryan and I were talking about it earlier. He read that play from the get-go and was pushing that wide receiver into that tackle.
Wiggins comes to the near side of the field or the short side of the field. Doyle still in at running back. Doyle at quarterback. Doyle himself takes it, goes the outside. Gets to the 25, and now the first real third down with a little yardage for the Cougars.
Yeah, Zool did a nice job. He's supposed to have a big year this year. Cyrus Zool, and Zool like in Ghostbusters, not Zoel like Joel.
Okay, so I heard somebody down there say Zoel, so I want to make it with Zool.
Yeah. Even if it isn't, that's what we're calling just because of the Ghostbusters.
Okay, Wiggins comes down the near side of the field. Calvin Little now in the slot on the near side of the field. Doyle at quarterback. Third down and 4. Doyle stands back, starts to count the change in his pocket, says, I have enough. Takes off for the market, picks up a bag of groceries, and gets a first down.
And it's very physical on the offense and defensive line play, Mark. You know how we always talk after games and before games about we let some holds go, and we don't mind that? That's what's happening in the game so far, and let's hope the referees keep it that way unless it's egregious.
Wiggins comes to the near side of the field. Little's going to be with him. Trevon Elliott will be the third one here to the near side of the field. First down and 10, right at the 34. Doyle at quarterback. Fullerton creeps up. They're going to bring some pressure. Doyle throws it out in the flat and gets it on a nice block tackle, and then we get 2 flags. And Corey Neyland says, I can see it from up here. The Cougars should go backwards.
Yeah, and if I can see the hold on the field, then you know it's a definite hold. Jonathan Smith was there for the Hornets. And he just got held and pushed out of the way.
Holding, number 9. 10-yard penalty. Next first down.
So Trevon Elliott, who went from right to left in the slot, is the one's guilty of the hold. So that moves it back with 12:20 to go here in the second quarter.
And Mark, Isaac Hurtado is now the near side linebacker, number 27 in blue. Junior Wiley still on the outside. And is that Marcellus Gaines in the middle? No, that's Jalen Early in the middle, the linebackers. Isaac Hurtado, Mark, very athletic.
Gilmore to the far side of the field. Wiggins to the near side of the field. Doyle goes back. Going deep down the middle of the field. Overshoots his receiver. Corey, I tell you what, Gilmore, you talked about what a great receiver he is. He put on the burners and was wide open.
Yeah, he was wide open. Christian Cross couldn't keep up with him. And again, he didn't have help behind. Chandler Brown was up on the near side. On that far side, Gilmore just ran right by Cross.
Second down.
And now Cross is out. Jordan Wright is back in.
So second down and 20 for the Cougars, right at the 25. A tight formation. Gilmore, far side of the field. Wiggins, the near side of the field. Second down and 20. Hornets move up on that. Doyle at quarterback. They run with Doyle. Doyle stays on his feet, gets a line of scrimmage, and then works his way out across the 30. It's going to bring up a third down and 11 for the Cougars.
Guys, I really like that play. It was a triple option play out of the shotgun, moving forward, and a nice call by Ayasinde and his coaching staff to pick up 10 yards and make it a third and manageable.
Wiggins stays on the near side of the field. Little in the slot on the near side of the field. Gilmore, who was wide open on a deep pass play. Third down 11. Doyle at quarterback. Really hasn't had any pressure in the backfield throwing the football for the Cougars. Here they come. Doyle this time says, wait a minute. Corey Neyland, there's the pressure we were looking for.
And that's Troy McDonald from the outside. He had a big year 2 years ago, looking to be all conference this season. That's his fourth tackle, first sack of the season.
Ryan Osborne, Brian Crooks dialed up a little pressure.
That's exactly what Fullerton needs, because not only do they get into the backfield and stop this drive, but then now you're looking at it from a confidence perspective. The defensive line is finally able to break through in the second quarter and get themselves that boost.
Sean Griffin is going to stand just at the 25-yard line. Off the side of the foot. Everybody says, get away, get away. It's going to take a Cougar roll and comes to a quiet stop at the 32 with 10 minutes, 12 seconds to go. It's the Cougars 10, the Hornets 7 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Joseph Pavlenko to my far right. Ryan Osborne to my near left. And in the middle of the road, Corey Neyland, who's saying holding against the Hornets. So, Corey, once again, we're going to move it back. And I'm looking at you. You're saying what to me?
I'm just saying it may have been a hold. But, again, nowhere near the play on the far side of the field. Bad punt. No return. I'm just saying.
Keep it in your pocket?
I think so.
Galban comes back in at quarterback. First down and 10. Now at the 23. Holds on to it. Quarterback keeper turns the corner. Gets across the 25. They're going to give it to him at the 26. And now we're getting a flag on the far side of the field. And DeJounte Thomas is down on the ground. And we'll see what the flag is.
There's going to be unnecessary roughness or unsportsmanlike conduct, I should say.
So that's going to be against Thailand Foster? Is that what you're saying?
Both teams. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 23 of the defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 10 of the offense. Those penalties cancel out. Second down.
So the officials say it was both ways and getting offset penalties. So it'll be second down and 7 right across the 25. Byers goes to the far side of the field. Great hands that young man had in the last game for the Hornets. We wind the clock. 2nd down and 7. Hornets trailing by 3 in this game. Pressure comes. Middle of the field. Huffman goes down and gets it. 1st down, Hornets.
And it's a nice job because as they drop 8 back in pass coverage, they drop back deep. And again, Huffman found that key or that lane in the zone underneath that coverage. Nice strong throw by Galvin.
Huffman to the near side of the field. Burden at the far side of the field. Byers still out there with him. Once again, Huffman takes it across the 50. He's down at the 49.
And good job by Fullerton. Again, that aggressiveness of the Cougars, Fullerton now using that against them on a deep in pattern. Now they do a quick out pattern, keeping them guessing. Now Fullerton might hit him with the run up the middle. We'll see.
2nd down and about a yard right at the 50. Brandon Rankins stops, stays on his feet, goes down, gets hit on the ground.
And now there's just way too much complaining on the field by everybody. And they need to get back to playing football.
3rd down and a half a foot for the Hornets. Across the 50, they're going to mark it almost at the 52. So now the Hornets come up with their jumbo offense. Did I say the 52? Wow. Guess it's time for me to hang it up. See, and the Cougars called timeout because they were confused.
And Coach Iacenda is upset because he thought he had the opportunity to substitute his players in and out. Fullerton went up to the line of scrimmage quickly, ready to snap the ball.
Well, I'm 152. That's why I make mistakes once in a while. So it's going to be 3rd down and 1 at the 48. Boy, I'm just glad I have youth around me that are always correct, always on time, and always know how to do everything you need to do to get these broadcasts going.
Mark,
Joe, Corey, Ryan, and the old guy here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
I'm just happy that we have every year for the last, I'd say, 15 years, that we've had a 55-yard line, a 52-yard line. We've had a 51-yard line. Every year, that's consistency. We like that. Not from you, but just in the broadcast overall on Sportsnet or 90.1 KVPK throughout the years.
You might have listeners at home that would say, yeah, it's consistently the old guy.
Just like the Hornets, legacy, tradition,
yes,
thread.
And that 53-yard line.
Once a mathematician, always a mathematician here on Sportsnet, USA.net. 3rd and about a foot at the 49. Jumbo package for the Hornets. Hand it off. Brandon Rankins, and he does not get it. Slow developing play, Corey, when you think about it.
That was Jordan Tate who was in.
And now the flag against the Hornets and the sideline.
So there's going to be another sideline unsportsmanlike conduct call. And are they going to get Phil Austin again, or?
On number 6, I could hear it from here, Corey. So they're calling it on.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 6, 15-yard penalty, going to be 4th down.
They're calling it on Galban, the quarterback for the Hornets. And now our head coach is not happy for the Hornet football team.
And now you know how a game is going to be called here in the first half. Now the players have to adjust. Coaches have to adjust on how the game is being called on both sides of the ball. So you may not see a lot of chirping that we've seen in the past. In the past.
Well, let's put it this way. Our head coach just stuck his finger in a referee's face walking down the sideline. I'm surprised another flag wasn't thrown. The Hornets punt it away. Here comes the ball. It's going to hit at the 30. Goes out of bounds at the 33. With 7:49 to go in the first half, well, you know what? It's been an insult fest here at the stadium today on SportsNetUSA.net.
See, that's that. Remember Chapter 3 of that book we were writing back in the day called
Home Cooking?
Yeah. And we want to thank Clark Kellogg, legendary analyst for the Revlon and makeup calls.
So they've got the ball spotted at the 33. The officials have had a handful with the head coaches, the benches, the players today with 7:49 to go in this game. Let's get back to playing a little football here on SportsNetUSA.net. Doyle at quarterback, up by 3. Doyle runs the option. And Corey, you like this play.
Oh, yeah.
By the Cougars.
It's just another misdirection play, a delay for that offense to get a little bit of room on those advancing linebackers.
So Maganda gets a gain of about 4 on the play. Empty backfield now for Doyle. Hornets go with 4 down linemen. Don't look like they're bringing any pressure. 2nd down and 6, right across the 35. They look over to the sidelines. Doyle looks at his sidelines. Defense looks at theirs. Now they back off the line of scrimmage. Doyle feels the pressure, takes off running. Now he comes the outside. Has to go down, plays man on man, and Doyle gets taken down after a gain of about a half a yard on the play.
And that's the athleticism of Troy McDonald and Isaac Hurtado on that left side of the field. Hurtado plays off of the receiver as Doyle starts to scramble because he knows he has Jalen early in the middle. So he goes with Doyle, makes the stop.
Maganda comes back in at running back. Andre Hunt now to the near side of the field. Trevon Elliott in the slot in the near side of the field. 3rd down and 8 at the 35. Doyle throws over the flat, looks at it, caught, should be short.
I think that was close enough to give him the first down.
Well, they had to move the sticks, Corey, up. So it's 1st down and 10 at the 42. They hand it off to Maganda. Maganda stays on his feet, falls forward. He's going to be down at the 45 with 5:49 to go here in the first half. Well, it looked like it was all Cougars. The Hornets climbed back into it. We're just sitting here in a 3-point game so far. Doyle looks over, gets signals from the sideline. Maganda at running back. Andre Hunt comes over to the near side. Trevon Elliott in the slot. Gilmore to the far side. Doyle looks over. Quick out. Doyle holds on to it. Goes down for a sack on the play. So it was supposed to be a quick look in. Doyle had no place to go with it.
And that's Sean Morris again, Mark. He had a big game coming off last game. That's his 4th tackle. His now 2.5 tackles for a loss on the season. Actually, that's a sack, so 1.5 sacks.
Gilmore to the far side of the field. Calvin Little in the slot next to him. To the near side of the field, Andre Hunt by himself. Doyle at quarterback. 3rd down and 12. Right at the 42. Doyle rolls away from pressure. Corey talks about grabbing, holding. That's what happens, but nothing's called as Elliott pulls it in for a 1st down.
So moving the chains.
First down and 10. Cross the 50. Down to the 43.
Okay. And Ryan just puts a no Maganda, reminiscent of a Fullerton running back, Philip Butler. Big, strong guy with a deceptible speed.
4:19 to go. Doyle, pump fakes, pump fakes, pump fakes. rolls away for pressure, throws it up. There's nobody in the vicinity. There's nobody close. But he's out of the pocket and throws it away, so it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, and that word is deceptive. I'm sorry, not deceptible, but deceptive speed. But again, good pressure. And that time they were looking for the pump and go on the outside. This time Fullerton read it correctly. Jonathan Smith was the deepest person on the field, so there was no chance to go deep by the Cougars.
Muganda back in at running back. Tight formation this time by the Cougars. 2nd down and 10. Doyle goes back. Stands, middle of the side of the field, wide open, and Doyle, who really does have a beautiful arm, Corey, lays it right there for Calvin Littles.
Yeah, and that's just a good offensive play. Fullerton played that perfectly in the zone, but again, Little went up, Doyle makes a throw. That's positive.
So they move it across the 20. They're going to take it down to about the 16. 1st down and 10. Cougars on the move with 3:46 to go. Doyle tries to get the Hornets to jump, looks back over. Maganda stays in there at running back. Near side of the field is Hunt. In the slot next to him is going to be Elliott. Gilmore to the far side of the field for the Cougars. Doyle holds it, throws it over the flat, taken right there by Littles, and Littles turns. They're going to mark him.
They're going to call another pick play?
Doyle's pass is complete. There's a penalty marker down.
Now, this would be interesting, Mark. If they call another pick on the receiver on the outside for the Cougars, this would be 2 games in a row after 10 years of not calling.
Pass interference, number 17 on the D offense. That's a 15-yard penalty. Remains 1st down.
So explain a pick play to people.
Basically, you're running and you see the guy coming on across. Basically, you're on the outside, another receiver's on the slot, outside receiver's coming, and they run to the left. And they run right into the guy who's running to the right side, to the outside corner, into the person there who's guarding them. That's a pick, or they push him out of the way.
So that's what they called the Cougars for. It's going to move them back to the 30. They need to get beyond the 10. Doyle comes back, runs a screen play with Muganda, gets a little move, gets taken down after a gain of 8 on the play. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down at about 19 with 2:51 to go here in the first half, and the Hornets only trailing by 3. It's the Cougars 10, the Hornets 7 here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
But this game is reminiscent of the first few times Fullerton and College of the Canyons played in those 2002, 2004, 2007 games. They were a little bit more high scoring, but they were just as close.
Gilmore out far to the right. Hunt to the left. Doyle runs this direction, plants his feet, middle of the field, taken right there. And this is what I like about Doyle as a quarterback, Corey. He plants his feet and then throws the football.
5'11" out of Crescenta Valley High School. Again, is it Anthony Brito? A couple years ago for College of the Canyons. Same, similar stature. Brito is about 6 feet, but both of them were very mobile and very accurate.
3rd down and 10 for the Cougars. 1:40 to go here in the first half. Big 3rd down play for the Cougars. Run away. Doyle gets hit for a sack on the play.
And there is Isaac Hurtado. Dave Robinson, the linebacker coach, he was saying, this kid is very athletic. His first sack of the season, and he can cause problems on the outside for everybody.
3 seconds on the game clock. Timeout, Fullerton.
So the Hornets call timeout. And Corey, you and Ryan brought up that Doyle needs to get hit. Yeah, he's been tackled a couple times, but you don't really feel like he got hit. That time, you felt like Doyle got hit on the play.
Yeah, and as a defense, you want to hit the quarterback to throw them off their rhythm. If they can sit back there and, as Brian Crook said, throw it like a pitcher in baseball, that means he's got about 5 seconds to throw, and he's able to step up in the pocket and throw the ball, launch the ball. Here, a couple more hits, now he's a little bit more hesitant to throw the ball and step up in the pocket, and you'll see more rollouts, which might not be a bad thing for the Cougars.
So the defense makes the big play with 1 minute, 33 seconds to go in the first half. Well, an exciting community college football game. Great turnout by the Cougar fans across the way. So we're going to see a field goal attempt. They'll spot the ball at the 33. You add on 10, it will be a 43-yard attempt for Ty Morrison.
Mark, as long as 35 this year.
Kick is up, and it's good. So with 1:28 to go here in the first half, it's now the Cougars 13, the Hornets 7 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Well, we expected a good football game. Everybody up here in the booth with us expected a lot more points so far in this game, but I think it's been an excellent football game for both teams. Well, the Hornets haven't got further behind, Corey, which is why I'm giving the Hornets kudos. Because the way the Cougars came out, got a couple breaks, they could have buried the Hornets in the first half. They have not done that. And yet, if you're a Cougar fan, your team's been consistent and played against a very stalwart defense. And so they've got the lead going into the end of the first half. Okay, Ryan, I'll talk to you for a while.
Maybe you are getting nicer in your old age, Mark. It's been a decent game for both teams. I think both teams I think they can play better. I think that first drive for College of the Canyons off that fumble, that's what they wanted to play, but they haven't been able to keep that level up. Fullerton is just trying to stay in the game to get their confidence. They got a little bit of it, but it's just not there.
Kickoff off. Kashawn Griffin is going to let it go into the end zone for a touchback. So with 1:28 seconds to go, the Hornets are trailing by 6. So I'm going to ask you, what do you do? Do you air out the arm, or do you just say, I'll try and score, but I'll take a 6-point deficit?
Well, that touchback was huge because instead of the 35, if it had have gone out of bounds, they started at the 25, and that 10 yards is big because at the 35, you're more willing to go down the field and try to get some points on the board. Either way, I think Fullerton needs to go down and try to get points on the board before halftime.
Galban back in at quarterback. Brandon Rankin standing next to him. Here comes the pressure. He's got time to throw. Throws it over in the flat, and there's no one there. So the receiver and the quarterback not on the same page. It's going to bring up a second down and 10, and it's 1:24.
And now you'll probably see a run play from the Hornets, and they pick up positive yards here, then they still have a chance.
Corey Neyland calling the offense for the Hornets. They hand it off to Brandon Rankins. Rankins takes it, gets a few yards, maybe to be 3rd down and 8.
And why they do that is they're willing to go into halftime down 13-7, and they think College of the Canyons won't use a timeout. They'll be happy going into halftime up 13-7.
Big 3rd down play for the Hornets as we're under a minute right now here in the first half. Galban comes back, throws over the flat, taken right there. Turn should be short of a 1st down, so it should be 4th down. See where they're going to mark it at.
That's 4th down, Mark.
Okay.
They're short.
With 48 seconds to go, and the receiver runs out of bounds when he catches it to stop the clock.
And here's the thing, Mark. You have to realize where you are on the field. If you're a receiver, you know you have to get to the 35-yard line. You break off your route at the 35. Actually, you go to the 36, and then you come back that yard if need be.
Elliott, Little, and then we get a timeout because College of the Canyons had too many players on the receiving team.
And that's a break for Fullerton because with 48 seconds, depending on how well the punt is, good field position with 2 timeouts, you're going for a score. depending on this first play by the Cougars, gain of 10 or more, yeah, you're going to try to hurry up, utilize that one timeout after the second play call, try to get across the 50-yard line for the Hornets.
We have seen, now I know you think I'm crazy, but special teams coach, I might just right here roll the dice.
You remember,
the Hornets have done it before.
You know, that was one of the specialties of Tim Burns back in the day. When you least expect, and Gene Murphy was famous for that too, when you least expect something to happen, that's when they run it. They'll run a fake punt.
So back deep is going to be Trevon Elliott. Standing next to him, Galvin Littles. Littles is standing at the 35. Elliott just a few yards in front of him. Big end over end. Littles goes to catch it, then doesn't touch it, and then it's finally downed. And Littles smartly backs away from the football. So we're at 40 seconds. Ryan Osborne to my left, Joseph Pavlenko to my right, Corey Neyland behind me, Noah Alvarez sort of creaking in the background. 42 seconds on the clock here at Shapell Stadium on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. So the Hornets looking to make a play. Coaches next to us are starting to leave the booth. Big first down and 10, right across the 35. Doyle goes back, steps up in, throws it in the flat, taken down there, and a nice trailing tackle just at the 40-yard line.
That's Gil Vasquez on the stop.
Doyle spikes it. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 at the 40. So Canyons has 1 timeout. The Hornets have 2 timeouts. And there's 24.7 seconds to go here in the first half. Hornets trailing by 6, 13-7 here on SportsNetUSA.net. Elliott in the slot. Wiggins outside of him on the near side of the field. Doyle pump fakes, no place to go. Now Doyle's got to run away. Throws off his back foot, incomplete. 17 seconds to go. It'll bring up a 4th down, and the Hornets will get the ball back.
Rush 11. Try to block the punt. They're putting out Keshawn Griffin, who's a dangerous punt returner.
So it'll be 4th down for the Cougars. 17 seconds to go. Griffin at the 20. The Hornets blocked one last week that changed the outcome. They play return off the side of the foot. Griffin tells everybody to get away from it. The ball is down. With 10 seconds to go at the 32-yard line, it's the Hornets trailing by 6, 13-7 here on SportsNetUSA.net. So with 10 seconds to go in the half, do you just fling it as far as you can and hope somebody can go run underneath it?
After watching college football last night in a couple games, no.
Okay.
I'm just sitting on it because weirdest games I've ever seen last night.
Jordan Smith goes out far to the left. Galban at quarterback. And they do what Corey Neyland says you do. Run it up the middle. First down. Takes you down to 3, 2, 1, and that takes us into half. As we come to the end of the first half, it's the Cougars 13, the Hornets 7, here on Sportsnet. USA.net. Well, as we come to halftime, the thing that's interesting is look and see what's going on around Fullerton College and all the different sports right now. And I'm fortunate enough to have the host of the Coaches Show sitting on my left, Ryan Osborne. Ryan, you've been at Fullerton College for numerous years, seen all the teams, but little about the coaches show this year. What's going on, who you've talked to, and what may be coming up in the future?
Well, we start things off with a couple of new segments that we have on the coaches show at 90.1 KBPK, and one of the big things that we want to get to is the fact that not only is the coaches show just local, it's about all coaches that we can go out and talk to and kind of learn about their seasons, learn about their systems, learn about their athletes as well. So we're not just sticking with football on the coaches show. Yeah, you have the Fullerton Hornets in the last couple of weeks. Their football team has been featured there. But we talk to all of the coaches who have those pedigrees, those legacies around not just Fullerton College, but also Southern California and Northern California as well when we get the chance. Recently, we were able to talk to Coach Gabriel Martinez as his teams over at Fullerton College, the women's water polo squads, 2 national championships inside of the last 7 seasons, 2019 and 2014, one of which was an undefeated run all the way to the state title and national championship as well. Got to talk to him poolside, in addition to Coach Megan Tomacic, the women's volleyball coach as well, who is starting to coach her team, getting to playoff berths, starting to get into multiple rounds as well. So on the coaches show, not only are we talking about football, but we also have talked some volleyball, some water polo. In addition, we're going to have some softball coming up as well because there have been some awards around the Orange Empire Conference that have featured some coaches. So we're going to go out, talk to coaches who won awards, and then give them the opportunity to explain what ended up happening and what they were given as well. So look forward to the coaches show coming up in just a couple of weeks and this upcoming week where we're going to talk some softball. We're also going to have some basketball as well as Coach Marsha Foster and Perry Webster both will have their teams featured on the coaches show on 90.1 KBPK. Now, when Mark talks about all the things happening around the state of California as well, we're not just stopping with how things are going with those specific teams. We're also taking a look at the standings, taking a look at the rankings as well, as we have the Fullerton ranking recap with myself, Ray Baker as well, on the coaches show, where we go around the state of California and talk about where the coaches are rating teams, where the sports information directors are rating teams as well, as they get those publicity polls, they get those coaches polls as well. Gives them an opportunity to kind of display what their skills are and also measure themselves against the rest of the state of California. So some new segments on the coaches show, some old friends as well, and some coaches who are winning awards. All things that are featured on the coaches show on 90.1 KBPK.
Well, you know, Ryan, I was looking to see if I could find out what's going on in the rest of the games around the CCCAA right now. Went to the scoreboard to see what we might have going up, and I've got Pasadena is playing Santa Monica. Pasadena is up in their game 22-15 against Santa Monica in that game, and then I've got Colingas playing Sierra, but that game was canceled, so nothing going on there. Nothing from San Jose versus Yorba. Antelope Valley against Mount San Jacinto. No score recently. Monterey and Feather River, no answer there. Diablo Valley, they're up in their game against Sacramento City College, 35-7. Fresno City taking on American River, still waiting for some score. Hartnell against Contra Costa, that game, no answer. Merced, used to have a friend that lived in Merced, playing Deonza. That game is 14-0. Coming close to their first half of the game. San Joaquin Delta, no score in their game. Bakersfield, Golden West College. Oh, that just started. Wait a minute. The franchise is calling that game. Rashawn Haylock on SportsNetUSA.net. Those are some of the games I've got around there. Ryan, you got any more?
Yeah, when you take a look at Northern California, a big-time matchup that's taking place is San Mateo and Butte. San Mateo is ranked as the #1 team in the state of California by the coaches themselves, and they're taking on Butte, who is ranked in the top 15. So 2 teams who historically in the last 8 years have continually battled for the Northern California Championship. San Mateo getting to the championship game twice, And then Butte also getting themselves into the championship once in the last 10 years, but being in that NorCal championship 4 times in that time. They take on each other, and with 12-14 left in the first quarter in that one, it's still no score. And Mark, a team that Fullerton College played last week, Cerritos taking on Allen Hancock. Allen Hancock recently had one of the best rushing attacks in 2018 and 19 in the entire nation, not just in the state of California. 2 times they were top 5 in the state in terms of overall rushing. And just because they're one of the lower division teams in the state of California didn't stop them when they faced national division teams. They were still putting up 300 yards, 250 yards worth of rushing totals against national division teams when they played them. So Allen Hancock is a scary team to take a look at in Southern California. They have no score against Cerritos.
So those are some of the things going on the CCCAA here on SportsNetUSA.net. Corey Neyland, Mark Pavlovich, Joseph Pavlenko, Ryan Osborne. And speaking of Joseph Pavlenko, for those of you that say, hey, you know, video, boy, what you guys look like you have a ball doing. It sounds like so much fun. Of course, I really think I'd be much better if I was on radio. Well, the man you want to talk to is the man sitting to my right over at Fullerton College, or the man to my left, Ryan Osborne. And Joe, since I've got you here, and you know, I'm gonna have a little fun with you because I never really get to interview you. You and I just sort of normally talk. So let's talk a little about that radio program over at Fullerton College. I know both you and Ryan are alumni at Fullerton College, and hate to say former students, but somebody who took the radio program over there. So if I'm somebody that looks at, let's say, the waning years of radio and maybe want to go into podcasting or the future of radio, what am I looking at the radio program at Fullerton College here on sports@usa.net?
Well, we taken all of that in consideration over at Fullerton College and KBPK. Come over to the college. We've got our intro classes teaching you basic production, which will help with podcasts, whether you're making your own podcast or being a producer on somebody else's podcast, or seems to be the trend in the industry, calling them audio engineers, which I don't have any issues with that. We do have some podcasting classes over at Fullerton College, as well as our broadcast announcing class, which then, if you want to get a little more spicy after that, you go ahead and take the 235, because broadcast announcing is 135, so you take 235, which is on-air radio broadcasting, which in that class, I'll let you guess what you got to do. We'll let you go on the air as long as you don't do any no-nos while on the air, because we are an FCC licensed radio station over at KBPK, and follow all the rules like an FCC radio station should.
All right, so let's follow up with that, though, because we're just talking radio, and I've been around you long enough. You and I have done a lot of things together. It's just not, I just don't feel like the radio program is just about radio anymore, at least at KBPK, because of you, Joseph Pavlenko, and your partner, Ryan Osborne. I think the radio department has expanded. So what sort of expansion are we looking at over there?
Well, I mean, if you look at some of the stuff that we tried to do during COVID, we went out, we tried to shoot some video safely as we could. We went to the preview event over at Cypress College, got to tour their Veterans Center and their Science, Engineering, and Math building. We got an invitation, I believe, to go back to the opening or the grand reveal to the public of the building, because over at KBPK, we know somebody on the Citizens Oversight Committee that makes us aware of some of these things. As well as Fullerton College has their Humanities building, which should be getting a preview as well. So we will most likely be out there with video cameras, because a word that it seems like the industry doesn't like to use as much anymore, but new media. We are a radio station, but if you watch a lot of radio morning shows, which is a weird thing to say as you're watching the radio morning show, but a lot of those shows have put cameras in the booth and kind of let you get a inside look at what radio broadcasting is like from inside of one of those booths. So we are embracing that and then trying to give that our own spin. We don't have cameras in the main studios yet, maybe. Maybe when we get a remodel, which is something that if you're a current Fullerton College student or a former Fullerton College student watching this broadcast on sportsnetusa.net, KBPK should be in the process of getting a new location relatively soon, and with that is us over here brainstorming all the fun things we can do with that new space and how we can utilize that space for these students, which could be putting some cameras inside of the main studio and mirroring what some morning shows do in that aspect. But since we don't have that yet, we go out and we do whatever we can cover video-wise. We have the coaches show. We go out and do Fullerton College volleyball. We have done Fullerton College soccer. We've covered Fullerton College water polo, a lot of sports. We've covered the Day of the Dead festival that happens on campus before, which unfortunately I don't think will happen this year due to COVID, which is a bummer because you're out there with us normally every year, Mark, and that's a blast.
Yeah, it is. It is. Joe, let's go back to what you're going to offer, because you've been somebody who's been through the program at the current location. So really, what is the future? And if you were a new student wanting to be in radio, would you be excited about where the program may be going over at Fullerton College?
I think you should, but I'm probably a little biased. My pie-in-the-sky idea is, and I think some of it will come to fruition, we should have some more practice studios, which would be fantastic. More microphones for people to get in there, produce stuff. Hopefully a lot more of the studios will be geared towards a two-person setup, hopefully. Hopefully that's something we can do. We do live in a strange time right now where maybe right now in the present that we are living in, we don't want to have two people in the studios at the same time, but hopefully sometime in the future that's something we can do. If it's not, we'll adjust. We're semi-intelligent people over here, and there are some workarounds with the technology we do have in place in the studio currently, but giving students more options to come in and do some kind of podcast if they would like, or do a little 2-minute show and put it on the radio, or some other form of long-form show and get it on KBPK, because we are a college radio station, and you and me and a lot of the other staff at Fullerton College, it being a college radio station, we should be trying to get the students attending the college and taking the radio programs on the air as much as possible, because that's where they get the experience. So anything that we try to do, like maybe expanding our main studio and giving it a little more room if that's possible in the new location, getting some more practice studios for the students so more people can go out and do more things. It's just trying to increase our capacity to hopefully make cool things and let students come in and be part of making all these cool things at Fullerton College.
So let's say I'm somebody sitting at home right now listening to you and I go on, and somebody goes, I could do that. I could do what those guys are doing right now, but I really want to know more about it. I know because of COVID and at most community colleges there are certain restrictions. If I wanted to come and visit you guys, is that a possibility?
I do not think Fullerton College is in this kind of weird flux right now. I don't think the campus is closed, but I don't know if it's open to the public. Students are certainly on campus, allowed to come to campus, but there is a screening procedure at Fullerton College, keeping the safety of the students in mind. Like it, love it, hate it. Fullerton College is asking everybody that will be on campus, whether it's employees or students, to be vaccinated, and they're asking for the proof of vaccination, all that fun stuff. Again, like it, love it, hate it. It's what's being asked for, and if you want to come to Fullerton College, that is something that that's the reality of the situation. That's something you will have to do, and that's Fullerton College trying to put the students first. And when I say trying to put the students first, it's in the name of safety for the students. You can certainly reach out to us at Facebook, Instagram, if that's your flavor, and you're not quite a Facebooker. Shoot us a note at kbpk@fullcall.edu. We've got an email address there as well. And you send us a note on Facebook, Instagram, or that email address that I just listed, and we will do our best to respond to you. Any questions, if you can't make it to the studio, you don't want to come to the studio, and we'll talk to you about anything you want about the radio program. And if you want to take the classes and you're really excited and you want to go in and have some kind of a show on the radio station, we'll do our best to try to get you to that point. We had a student come in yesterday and is excited about trying to do a show and get it on the air, and do more about getting on the air. And she's currently in the 135 class. So from that class, hopefully she takes a 235 class with our instructor, Manny, which that class will get her on the air, teach her more things about how to be on the air. And then we can work with her, even with her current instructor, Mark Austin Thomas, who is live at KFI, I believe is the radio station Mark Austin Thomas works for, right? Or is he a KNX? No, he's not KFI. I think he's KNX. I believe he's KNX. And Mark Austin Thomas teaches her 135 class, and her and I had a conversation about what it would take to create a program that would be suitable to be put on KBPK. Because that's the goal, is get students making cool things, get students experience, and get them on the air.
So if you're interested, you know how to get a hold of them. Joseph, Ryan, Corey, or myself, make sure you contact Fullerton College. Speaking of Ryan Osborne, Ryan, Corey, you know, I know what it says up on the scoreboard right now, 13-7 Cougars, but stat-wise, does it look like the game was really a lot more lopsided? Here, you want me to hold it back here? I know you have problems seeing you. You got a big magnifying glass that Corey can use. You need help? You want me to help you read those?
Or all you got to do, here you go, Corey, you can take this chair.
I'm good.
He's good. Corey, what is there a large difference statistically in this game?
No.
Thank you. All right, that's the stats for you.
So total yardage for College of the Canyons is 203 yards. I mean, they came out like gangbusters in that first drive. Fullerton total yards 183. They both rushed for over 50 yards. College of the Canyons 50, Fullerton for 62. And after that first drive, Mark, it just seems like College of the Canyons was the more aggressive team. Yet the stats are similar. Yet the score, Fullerton's only down by 6 points. It's not been the prettiest game that we've seen in the first half of play. And so College of the Canyons is the team that's momentum side right now. But again, the stats aren't really telling the game. It's the attitude on the field and it's the play on the field that's really happening, and that really propelling College of the Canyons, and the quarterback play. I mean, Colton Doyle has really set the tone. He hasn't made any mistakes. Yes, he's been sacked a couple times, but he hasn't thrown an interception. He hasn't fumbled the ball. That offense is playing consistently because the defense, they're just stepping up, Mark. They're preventing Fullerton from getting big plays. They're preventing Fullerton from doing what Fullerton likes to do on the outside. The leading rusher is Kalinga Muganda. He's got 41 yards on 5 carries. But again, the big carry was that 25-yard run. 4 carries for 16 yards, not a bad game. 8 yards per carry. Brandon Rankins, 12 carries for 57 yards in that touchdown. He's a workhorse. But again, he's going not even between the tackles. He's going between the guards and picking up those tough yardages. Fullerton needs one play on offense to really regain control of the game. Braden Huffman has those 3 receptions for 40 yards. College of the Canyons, 4 for 50. Mugunda out of the backfield, just those screen passes and out patterns, 4 for 50. Calvin Little's 3 for 38. Trayvon Elliott has a touchdown, 4 receptions, 39 yards. So the numbers aren't gaudy on either side. So it's a tough game. I'm not going to say it's well played because you almost caught me there. It's a tough game here, and that's what we expect from Fullerton and College of the Canyons, because you go down through the lineage of the players. Just since we've been here, we've seen a J.J. Arrington. We've seen Jason P.R. Pearl. We've seen the Fred Winborns and the Hale Carpenters. That's talented. For Fullerton, we've seen the Smokes playing. We've seen the Kenny Turner. We've seen the Ray McGee's. We've seen the Marquise Avery, who set the record for Fullerton College catches in a game against College of the Canyons. We've seen those players. And in 2017, when they won 42-28 Fullerton, it wasn't close because Fullerton was that much better. And I think Canyons remembers that. And so when Marquise Brown came in Fullerton, we saw him play. They've got this fast receiver. Fullerton shut them down. They won that game. And I think Canyons has a memory. Say, you know what, we're the better team. Because Fullerton, last thing they did was 2017. Canyons the next year in 18, they went to the SoCal championship game. The next year in 19, they lose to Riverside in the first round of the playoffs. So they're a team that's building back to where they were against Coach Tuje, and Chuck Lyon before that.
So we'll see what happens in this second half of the game as both these teams come back on the field. It's the Cougars 13, the Hornets 7 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. And don't forget, all our games here on Sportsnet, USA.net are brought to you by Miller Toyota of Anaheim. We want to thank Josh Urban, the general manager there, for once again gracing us with their sponsorship here on Sportsnet, USA.net. You need that newer used Toyota. Maybe you just need to take your car in for that little tune-up. Maybe that's just that windshield wiper you might need. No better place to go than Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Located at Euclid and the 91, Miller Toyota of Anaheim supports community college sports and education. That's Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Nick Buscardo waving his way back up. The Cougars, who deferred, they'll get the ball to start the second half. Up by 6. Low line drive down the middle of the field. Skidding out of bounds at the 12. So they'll start off with excellent field position to start this game.
So Rice, Samaniego, Mott, Dunnick, and McDonald up front for the Hornets. Vasquez, Gaines, and Wiley are the backers. Brown and Smith, the safeties. Near side corner is Griffin. Far side is Wright.
Doyle comes back out at quarterback, had an excellent first half. Muganda at running back. Did what he had to do. Tim Wiggins, near side of the field. First down and 10 at the 35 for the Cougars. They ran into Muganda. Muganda has it coming out of his hands. That slows him down, and that's what allows him to get tripped up.
Yeah, Marcellus Gaines there on the stop.
Marcellus Gaines on the tackle.
And again, they made a decisive move to come in and make the stop in the backfield.
Loss of the yard. Second down.
It's going to be about second down 11. Muganda's still in the backfield. Doyle at quarterback. Big second down. Hornets come up. Sneak in. They field Doyle. Doyle throws it out here in the flat. Makes a nice little pitch and catch. And you've got to love Littles. Littles catches the ball, Corey, and knows where to go with that first step after catching it.
Yeah, and Doyle did a nice job of picking up the blitz. But again, the blitz comes from the outside. Brown comes up to take that out receiver just a little bit late. Doyle does a nice job and knew where he wanted to go as soon as the ball was snapped.
Wiggins and Littles to the near side of the field. Doyle still at quarterback. Muganda still the running back. First down and 10. Doyle steps up, has all time to throw. Throws down the middle. Incomplete pass. And we're getting they're throwing a flag.
Okay, that was perfect coverage by Elijah Griffin. So that's got to be offensive pass interference on the Cougars with the push, and that's Tim Wiggins. Unsportsmanlike conduct. So Ryan says they're going to call unsportsmanlike conduct on both of them.
I think it might just go against Griffin.
That, you know what? That's a real
incomplete motion. So he initially gave the wave away, and then he did it again on top of the receiver.
That's a quick flag. I'm sorry. If that's what it is,
that's
Ryan.
one of the things that they're trying to cut out is that taunting, that.
Sideline interference. Fullerton. 15-yard penalty. First down.
That is the worst call by an official. 'Cause That is a horrible call.
Maybe we'll get more on that sideline. I'm going to see if we can get more on that.
I'm sorry. I'm standing with what I said. 15 yards for sideline interference on a pass play. They pitch it out to Maganda. Maganda tries to turn the corner. He does. Won't go down. Gain of 8.
Maganda takes it down to about near the 30-yard line. Troy McDonald in on the stop.
So they're going to mark him down at the 31.
It's like the 29-yard line, excuse me, the 31-yard line.
Second down and 2. We just started this second half. Doyle goes back, throws back the other direction. Taken out of there. Great little catch. Taken out of the air right there by Taquan Gilmore.
Doyle's pass completed. Number 17.
Well, it could be interesting at the coaches show this week on 90.1 KBPK. You may want to tune in and see what the coaches have to say about the officials this week. First down and 10. At the 25, the Cougars up by 6. Doyle looks over. Here comes the pressure. Doyle comes, double clutches, throws it, caught by Gilmore on a great dive and a nice throw by Doyle.
Yeah, put it where it's only his receiver can catch the ball, and Gilmore lays out for it. Nice catch, nice throw, good drive. Helped out by that penalty, and we're still trying to figure out where that sideline interference came from.
So it's going to be second down and 3, right across the 20. Doyle decides to pitch to Maganda. He's going to get positive traction when they should have had him in the backfield defensively. That's going to move the chains. So the Cougars get the kickoff and slowly move it downfield, trying to build on that lead that they have here in the first half.
And neither team with any rhythm basically in this game, but again, Cougars doing the most with the opportunities that they've had.
Wiggins out to the left. Little's in the slot on the left-hand side. Doyle looks over. Third man in the trips is Trevon Elliott. Gilmore by himself on the far side of the field. Doyle goes over. Doyle throws it. No place there.
There is no penalty for intentional crowding. The quarterback was outside the pocket, and the ball got to the original line of scrimmage.
And that's a good call by the official, though. That was the right call. He got outside of the pocket, outside the tackle box, and did reach the line of scrimmage.
Second down and 10.
Was that not the right call?
It was.
Okay.
It was. I'm just not using my name on that one. I heard that, parent. My name's Joe Pablinko. I'm wearing a hat today. Second down and 10 from the 15. Doyle looks over. Fullerton comes. Doyle feels the pressure, steps up, throws it to the other side of the field. Incomplete pass. So it brings down third down and 10. So Brian Crooks dials up the pressure and makes Doyle get rid of the ball early.
Now let's see if he does it again. If he dials the pressure up, and Mark, you got to be careful not to have a late hit. But again, these last 3 plays, Fullerton has done a nice job of keeping everybody in front and getting their hands up.
Zool in at running back. Cyrus Zool now in the backfield with Doyle. Third down and 10. Doyle. Double clutches across the middle of the field. Double coverage, and the ball is not there. And Gilmore throwing his hands up looking for a flag. And Corey, I thought it was good double coverage on Gilmore himself.
Yeah, what happens is Gil Vasquez drops back right in the passing lane and prevents that pass from getting clean through to Gilmore because he had to step on the inside on the cornerback right. So if Gil Vasquez is not there, that's 6 points.
They'll spot the ball at the 21. You add on 10. 31-yard attempt for Ty Morrison. He's been good. A little bobble. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 11 minutes to go here in the third quarter, it's now the Cougars 16, the Hornets 7 here on SportsNetUSA.net.
And that's a drive that's extended due to a penalty that we're still trying to figure out where the sideline infraction came from. But again, Fullerton's down by 9 points. They need a score here, whether it's a field goal, whether it's a touchdown. They do need a score to start their second half offensively off in the right direction.
Back deep will be Kashawn Griffin. Standing next to him will be Elijah Griffin. So speed with a double G. Back deep for the Hornets. 11:08 to go. An interesting football game here on SportsNetUSA.net. Kick. Griffin is going to take it at the goal line. Looks for a cut. Cuts the outside. Stays on his feet. Gets up to the 30 and is knocked out of bounds. So Kashawn Griffin gets it up to the 30. Good field position to start offensively for the Hornets. Trailing by 9 early here in the second half on SportsNetUSA.net. Brandon Rankins comes back in at running back. Coy Thomas to the near side of the field. First down and 10. Kashawn Griffin goes in motion. They hand it off to Brandon Rankins. Hits off a tackle. Comes up. They're going to mark him down after a gain of 4 on the play. Thomas stays on the outside. Griffin now comes in the slot to the near side of the field. Brandon Rankin at running back. Calban at quarterback. Big second down. Has time to throw. Steps up, feels the pressure, and steps away into the rush.
Dean Miller, 6'6", 225 out of Cathedral High School. And that was well covered downfield by the secondary mark, enabled that rush to get through because there was no rush, but there was nowhere to throw the ball to for Galvin.
Third down and 7. Looks over the sideline. Defense has played well for the Cougars today. 3 down linemen for the Cougars. 3-3. Here comes the blitz. Calban's got back. Steps. Turnaround. Throw. Caught right there by Thomas. Tries to get away. Stays on his feet. Struggles all the way down to the 41-yard line.
And there's a...
Number 55, 10-yard penalty, third down.
That's going to go on Barajas Contreras.
55. You said it already. Finish third down.
And so it negates a 29-yard play for the Hornets. And again, the big plays, the big penalties or big plays gone against Fullerton. And coming in for Contreras is Sherrod Green.
So the Hornets down by 9, Corey, have nothing going right for them in this second half. Third down and 18 now for the Hornets. Calban has time, builds the pressure. Throws it out of bounds. It would have been picked. Flag. So he's across the line of scrimmage. It's an illegal forward pass. It should be.
Illegal forward pass, number 6. He was past the line of scrimmage. That's 5 yards from the spot. Loss of down. 4th down.
Good call. He was past the line of scrimmage. That was a pass that, again, Fullerton is going to need to mix up or reach deep into their offensive playbook and their play calling and get this offense back on track to get some type of rhythm.
Kick away. Littles goes back, signals for a fair catch, takes it at the 37. So with 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter, well, the Cougars are feeling good. It's the Cougars 16, the Hornets 7 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Joe, Corey, Ryan, and the old guy watching the wheels on the cart slowly deciding to disintegrate. If you're a Cougar fan, you're happy. If you're a Hornet fan, you're looking for the defense to find some magic right about now. First down and 10 for the Cougars, right at the 36. Doyle at quarterback has had a very good game. Gone to big running back. Gain of 3 on the play, out to the 40.
And Mark, they're using that zone running play where it starts off to the right side, but it's designed to go to the left. Denver Broncos did that very well. Back when they had Terrell Davis, you'd see him cutting back against the grain. He ran for 2,000 yards.
So Maganda limps off the field. Hunt comes out wide to the left. Little's in the slot next to him. Second down and 8. Quarterback option. Taken down in the backfield. Colton Doyle gets hit. Doesn't even get back to the original line.
Sorry, because that was Dunnick with the big hit. Isaac Hurtado was in there as well. And Mark Kamunga again, or excuse me, I'm sorry. Magunda did a nice job. Fred Winborn was pretty much might have been the last great running back that College of the Canyons had. He had a lot of that big burst, and when they ran that same type of play.
Zool comes back in the game. Near side of the field is going to be Hunt. Far side of the field is going to be Trevon Elliott. We get a timeout on the field. So timeout with 7:49 to go here in the third quarter. It's the Cougars up over the Hornets, 16-7 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Well, if you want to be up over someone driving down the road, you need that new Toyota from Miller Toyota of Anaheim. That's right. Located at Euclid in the 91, just wander on in there and say, hey, the guys from SportsNetUSA.net sent me over, and they said you've got the best prices, the best cars, the best deals in all of Southern California. What can you do for me? And they will look at you and say, they're absolutely right. They're at SportsNetUSA.net. We do have all those things. Hey, a discount for those that are veterans in the military, a discount for those that are currently going to college. And if you're as good looking as everybody in this booth, well, don't tell us you know us because they won't believe you anyway. So next time you're out looking for a new car, make sure you go over to Euclid in the 91 and go to Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Miller Toyota of Anaheim, a proud sponsor of community college sports and most of all, education. That's Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Third down and 9 at the 42. Doyle stays in at quarterback. Zool at running back. Gilmore out far to the right. Little's in the slot next to him. Doyle needs 9. See if the Hornets bring the pressure. Here they come. Doyle up the middle. Throws up there and cannot get it to his receiver. Incomplete pass, and the defense stands up strong on that play.
No, defense lucked out on that play because Doyle was looking right, or excuse me, looking left all the time on that play. And if he looks right, Mark, he's got an open receiver on the 43-yard line, nobody in front of him. He picks up the first down and at least 20 yards more.
So the Hornets trailing by 9 with 7:44 to go. Stop the Cougars. Deshaun Griffin stand right at the 25-yard line. Corey Neyland was hoping for a jailbreak. Doesn't happen. Comes off the side of the foot. Griffin's going to let it bounce, and it's going to get a great Cougar bounce. And it's going to roll all the way down to the 15, where it's going to get ruled dead with 7:30 to go. The Hornets trailing the Cougars. It's the Cougars 16, the Hornets 7, here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Hey, Corey Neyland, next Wednesday on 90.1 KBPK, little volleyball from Fullerton College. We're going to be out there. They're taking on
Somebody at 6 p.m.
You know, I think I went to that community college. Somebody, Arizona.
Now, 6 p.m. Fullerton College volleyball on 90.1 KBPK.
So the Hornets will start off first and 10 at the 15. Griffin goes in motion. They give it to him on a fly around the corner. No place to go, no blocks.
No, there was no. Cameron Bell read that play perfectly. He's the safety, Mark. Strong safety. He comes up, and there was nowhere to go. He read it from the get-go as Kashawn Griffin was coming in motion. They ran that play last week for Griffin as well.
So a 4-yard loss on the play. It's going to bring up second down and 19 for the Hornets. Tyrell Green now in at running back for the Hornets. Calban has time. Steps up again.
There's no flow to the offense right now as the pass patterns are double teamed with 5 players back in that. It's not a nickel, but that 5 players, well, you call it a nickel package if you want to. There's nowhere to go. College of the Canyon is playing a zone, and they're dropping 8, Mark, and they're doing damage up front with 3.
Tyrell Green stays in, and we're going to get a timeout by Fullerton. So the offense has been non-existent in the second half. Struggled, offbeat, a couple cylinders are missing. We did hear before this game starts from Brian Crooks that College of the Canyons would drop 8 back and force you to run the football.
Yeah, and one of the things is Fullerton hasn't run the football exceptionally well. Brandon Rankins is averaging almost 5 yards a carry, but they've been short gains, 12 carries, 60 yards, almost 60 yards. So that's the issue with running the ball all game long. Again, when they're dropping 8 in coverage, those quick hitters that they did on their touchdown drive, those seem to be working pretty well. Let's see if Coach Campbell and Coach Griffin go back to those quick hitters 5 yards down the field and just matriculate down the field for your cliche of the second half.
6:19 to go. Third down and 11. Calban, here comes the blitz. Has to get rid of it. Gets away from 1, gets dragged down by 2, and gets dropped at the 4-yard line.
And again, Mark, it's a 3-man rush. And I think that's Miller again.
Stopped in the backfield for loss. 4-16 along with Hillary.
So the offense is going backwards, the Cougars are going forwards, and they're up by 9 with 5:40 to go here in the third quarter. Little standing back there with Trevon Elliott. They're going to stand at the 35. Nice little spiral taken. Fair catch signaled by the up man.
And that's not a bad job by Littles to call that fair catch because you're already in good field position. You have the momentum going. You have the ball at the 40-yard line. If you score here, again, it's a 2-score game now when you're up 9. The way Fullerton is playing on offense, if you score another touchdown here, that's going to make it very difficult for Fullerton to catch up because they have no type of rhythm on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, if you kick a field goal even, you're up by 2 touchdowns. And the Hornets have not been able to find the end zone.
I think 2 touchdowns is doable. 3 scores, I'm not so sure in this game.
Doyle comes in. Wiggins, near side of the field. Little's in the slot next to him. Griffin to the far side of the field. Zool in at running back. Doyle looks around. First down and 10 at the 40 for the Cougars. Doyle rolls out. Doyle crosses the middle of the field and has been there. Littles all day long. Littles has found that soft spot in the defense.
And it's the rollout and the movement of the pocket with Doyle. If he stays in the pocket, they don't get that. But when he starts to roll out, it extends that running lane that Littles has. Remember, he's coming from the far left side of the field all the way over to the right side of the field. So you need a tremendous amount of time to get the ball to him.
First down and 10 at the 25. Doyle goes back. No pressure at all. Touchdown. Oh, the Cougars looked like they had an easy 7.
Jordan Wright had tremendous coverage on Gilmore. When the ball is there, he does what the cornerback is supposed to do, come through the arms, up through the ball, and knock it away.
Incomplete pass. Doyle looks so comfortable in the backfield. Zool, his running back. Wiggins out far to the left. Griffin out far to the right. Little's in the slot on the right-hand side. They run a screen pass. And just being tripped up by himself because Corey, every defender, bid on being let gone by the offensive line.
And again, quick hitter, Mark. That's a screen pass. It was perfectly played, perfectly called. He trips up. Fullerton, 3rd down and 3. And I think College of the Canyon goes for it on 4th down if they don't make it here.
Big 3rd down. Doyle looks over. Defense coming. Doyle has time. Easy pitch and catch. Nice balls knocked away at the last second. Brings up 4th down and 3. And now we'll see if they're a gambler like you, because their field goal kicker has been on the money all day long.
And I'm going for it. 3, like I said, 3 scores, Fullerton doesn't come back. 2 scores, Fullerton comes back on you.
Doyle wanted to stay out there. He's thinking like Corey Neyland. But they bring up Ty Morrison, who has been clean, accurate, and great. And if all of a sudden he puts it through, the Hornets are down by 2 touchdowns. Ball is spotted. Kick is up. And the kick is good. So the Hornets are now down by 2 touchdowns with 4:07 to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's the Cougars 19, the Hornets 7 here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
4 for 4 today for field goals, Mark.
Yeah.
2 for 4 in his first 2 games. So he's getting his percentages back up, and that was a nice kick under pressure. And again, 19-7. College of the Canyons wanted to go for the score. They wanted to get points on the board because a touchdown and a field goal, Fullerton gets back in the game. Now they need 2 touchdowns, which is doable. Didn't say it was going to happen on offense.
So Kashan's back deep. Ty Morrison has the kickoff duties for the Cougars. It's been good today. Knuckler. Kashan takes it at the 10, looking for some blocks, looking for an alley, stays on his feet, goes up the sidelines, and gets run out of bounds. And they're going to mark him out at 49-yard line. Okay, let's see who comes out offensively at quarterback for the Hornets. See if they change their quarterback. See if that changes things up anyway. Trey Edwards comes out at quarterback.
And the big thing Trey has to realize is he doesn't have to force any pass. He doesn't have to force the issue.
Huffman right there, and he all by himself. And Trey Edwards overthrows as they run a jumbo set, Corey. They fake it to Kashan coming around. Edwards peels back. Huffman on a fly pattern is all alone.
And Huffman begins to fall down about the 30-yard line. And if he keeps his feet, that's 6 points. But you like the play call. You
I
come
do.
out.
Second down and 10. Here comes the pressure. Edwards rolls, throws it to Brandon Rankins. Rankins gets a gain of 4.
And another underrated aspect of College of the Canyons, they're good tacklers.
They do.
Snoke there with the stop. There's no arm tackling. There's no breakthrough tackles. I mean, they're just wrap up and they bring them down.
Third down and 7. Trey's got time. Nothing there. Throws it Rankins, and Rankins drops the football.
And he's looking to run before he actually catches the pass because he knows he's short of the first down marker. And so he's looking as normal on those pass plays. Defense has been right there. This time he had 5 yards to move.
So at this stage of the game, with 3:07 to go here in the third quarter and trailing by 12, the Hornets are going to take a gamble and go for it on fourth down. Sort of feeling like if they can't do something now, this game could be in the hands of the Cougars. Here comes the blitz. Throws. Hoffman catches it. It is complete. And Hoffman has been the main receiver for this Hornet team today.
And he makes up for that trip on that first play of this drive. And again, first down, Fullerton. Nice throw by Trey Edwards. Puts it to where only his man can catch.
First down and 10 at the 35. Trey's going to get caught. Takes off running. Looks for a block. Brandon Rankins throws a block. Edwards gets down to the 28. We're at the 2-minute, 30-second mark here in the third quarter.
Ikahihifo makes a stop, trailing.
Huffman to the near side of the field. Trey almost gets him to jump. Fans are yelling for a flag. Cougars get set. They get back. Trey stays on it, gets hit once or twice, but he should have a first down. They move the chains.
And that was a nice job by Nathan Ramirez. No, not Nathan, but the center, Peyton Sattler, did a nice job of moving Taylor Lewis out of the way because he's clogged up the middle the whole game long. Moves him out of the way for the first down.
Charles Byers to the far side of the field. Thomas in the slot next to him. Huffman to the near side of the field. First down and 10. Edwards has time. Throws across the middle of the field. Huffman goes down and catches the football at the 2-yard line. So they'll mark it first and goal. Edwards hands it off. Straight up the middle, down to the 1.
And Devin Moore, Mark, nice job of trying to find the goal line. Again, careful here if you're the Hornets. You know the Cougars are going to stack up.
They run again. Touchdown, Hornets. So the clock should stop, but it kept running. So they're going to mark it at 51 seconds. And Corey, let's just say it was Huffman who was the star of that drive. I mean, he was open. He trips, doesn't catch the one, but he goes down and makes excellent 2 catches for the Hornets.
Yeah, Edwards and Huffman did a nice job on that drive. It was specifically them on those passes and those throws. But Edwards comes in and steadies the offense. He moves around, gets up positive yards the whole drive.
Ball is spotted. Clean pickup on the ground right there, and it's good. Just a great pickup by Canyon St. Julian, who is the person getting the snap, and Ryan Osborne. I mean, it was a bad snap. St. Julian picks it up off the ground, and the Hornets are within 5.
And remember, St. Julian last week had a big-time special teams play when he picks up the punt block and returns it in for a touchdown that gave Fullerton the advantage against Cerritos. He does that again. We see him working on it constantly over at practice while we're out there with the coaches show. He fields bounces. He asks for the snappers to send him bounces so he can practice that. Also on that last drive, want to go back to something that Corey was talking about. When Canyons had a 4th down and the opportunity to go for it, they go for the field goal, and you said that Fullerton has the opportunity to come back if you don't end up being aggressive and going after that 1st down.
So with 51 seconds to go, it's a 5-point game. And now Brian Crooks needs to find some sort of answer to this Cougar offense. Back deep. Gilmore to the far side of the field. Near side of the field for the Cougars, Trevon Elliott. They go the little squibber. Elliott picks it up right at the 15, looks for an opening. There goes Elliott, cuts the outside. Nobody's got Elliott. Elliott to the 50, Elliott to the 40. Gets knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Flag on the play. And we'll see who it is against.
Brings the kickoff back to about the 40-yard line. It's not that bounce, but number 9, Tony Reeves, is a flag down.
On the return, illegal block at the back, number 17 of the return team. That's 10 yards to gain the run. 1st down.
So it's a illegal block in the back for the Cougars. That invisible block in the back that neither Corey Neyland and I saw. Ryan Osborne didn't see it. So, you know, 2 blind men and a seeing eye dog. Somebody should know what's going on. We didn't.
On the bright side, the ball is at the 52-yard line.
So that's going to mark it back all the way to the 49. Thank you, Ryan. That helped me with the setup here again. Doyle in a quarterback. We'll see if they can find an answer to his heroics in this game. Doyle, middle of the field, almost. Doyle lays it right where you need to Calvin Little. It slips through his fingertips, and everybody held their breath.
Chandler Brown almost had his 2nd interception of the season.
2nd down and 10. Right at the 49, Ryan Osborne. Doyle still has Zool in the backfield with him. Hornets sneak up. Doyle gonna run out. Backside. Drops the ball. It's a fumble. The Hornets have it.
And that's Junior Wiley who comes up with the fumble recovery. It simply slips out of Colton Doyle's hands as he had a receiver wide open streaking down the right side of the field.
And he was going to get it there.
And he was going to launch that puppy, and man, that puppy bit him in the hand and dropped Fullerton in great field position.
So with 32 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, the first turnover by the Cougars allows the Hornets great field position.
I mean, he had a receiver wide open.
And Corey, he was reaching down as far as he could to fling that football.
Oh, man.
You saw him reach back for a little left, and that just threw him off, and he drops the ball.
That's tough if you're a Cougar fan.
Deshaun Griffin Looks for a ride to the outside, stays on his feet, turns the corner, gets a gain on it.
And Mark, that play went 13 yards in the game against Cerritos, brought down by Vradenberg and Thomas.
So Trey Edwards now with a 2nd down and 2. Huffman out wide to the right. Brandon Rankins in the backfield with him. Trey steps up, wheedles his way. 1st down for the Hornets. And that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. As we come to the end of the 3rd quarter, well, you like excitement? Corey Neyland keeps telling you the best game to see is community college football on any level here on sportsnetUSA.net. We're going to get it today because as we head to the 4th quarter, it's the Cougars 19, the Hornets 14 on sportsnetUSA.net. Well, I tell you what, right now, I'd be getting in my brand new Toyota from Miller Toyota. I'd be backing out the driveway, and I'd be heading to Shapell Stadium saying, I just got to find out what's going to happen in this game. I want to see it in person instead of watching here on sportsnetUSA.net as the Hornets get the turnover they were looking for, and the Cougars are looking for a stop against that Hornet football team. We've got 15 minutes of exciting community college football here on sportsnetUSA.net. And now I'm getting back in my Toyota because I'm so excited. I got out. I'm getting back in that Toyota I got from Miller Toyota. And I'm here at the stadium as we get ready. Miller Toyota of Anaheim is happy to sponsor community college sports and, most of all, education. That's Miller Toyota of Anaheim. 1st down and 10 at the 22. Trey Edwards in a quarterback. Goes back. Steps away. Looks for someplace to go. Gets flung down on the ground at the 30. His helmet comes off.
Number 7 for Fullerton has to come out one play. His helmet came off during play.
So because a player loses their helmet, you must leave the field. Calban comes back in. Devin Moore at running back for the Hornets now. Jordan Smith to the near side of the field. Huffman to the far side of the field. 2nd down and 4 for the Hornets, right at the 26. Calban goes back, has time, flings it, puts it on the money, turn the corner, stay on your feet, step out of bounds. Right there, Coots crossing on the pass pattern, Corey. And Calban finds that short pass to somebody who's got momentum going.
Yeah, they took a page out of the Cougar playbook. Let's just run a crossing pattern. Easy 1st down.
They dribble it to Calban. He's got time. Looks for the middle of the field and almost throws it into double coverage.
Almost, Mark. He threw that into double coverage, and Cameron Bell should have had an interception in the end zone.
Second. So it's 4th down.
No, it's 2nd down.
Well, why has he got 4th down on the marker?
They're mentioning it over to our left.
Should be enough for a 1st down. Okay.
So they were mentioning it over to our left. On the official scorekeeping, it should have been 2nd down as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it should have been 2nd down and 10.
So it's 1st down and 10 for the Hornets. Trey goes back, throws the middle of the field, incomplete pass, and boy, I don't know, Corey, but it looked like somebody was getting hugged in the middle of that field. And if you're a Cougar fan, you're going to say, everybody's complaining, but I tell you what, Reggie Jones had a girlfriend on that play, and she was squeezing him tight.
And here's the thing, Mark. The last offensive drive for Fullerton, it was very aggressive moving downhill. Everything was moving forward. If Trey Edwards didn't have his first look, he took off running. this drive a little bit more, let's say, subdued, and they're waiting on things to happen and clear.
2nd down and 10, right at the 13. Edwards, the quarterback, goes back, throws towards the end zone. Intercepted, and it should have been intercepted.
It was.
By the Cougars.
It was.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds, yes. He caught it, yes. But it was out of bounds.
3rd down and 10.
It should have been a one-step drop and take off running.
Big 3rd down for the Hornets. They get a free play. Edwards has a free play. And then they waved it off, so it's going to be offsides.
And they're going to say unevaded to the quarterback.
Offsides, number 91 in the defense. He was unevaded to the quarterback. That's a dead ball foul, 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
And that's why they blew the whistle and stopped the play.
19-14, 13:23 to go. The Hornets on the move, got a big turnover.
It's 4-down territory here for the Hornets.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes. It wouldn't be a big surprise if they ran the ball with Brandon Rankins.
Is that what you're saying, Ryan Osborne?
I agree with Corey.
I think that's the first time you've ever done that. Trey Edwards. Knocked down at the line of scrimmage. They don't run it with Brandon Edwards.
And there's a flag on the play. I don't know if it's going to go against Cougars or Fullerton, but Bradenberg, again, tips it, knocks it down. And
picked up. So probably would have been pass interference, but because the ball was tipped, it would not be.
After the play was over, we had fouls on each team. Dead ball and sportsmanlike conduct number 27. Dead ball and sportsmanlike conduct number 15. Those penalties canceled. Result of the play was incomplete. It's 4th down.
And Corey Neyland?
I don't know how it was on both.
On the opposite side of the field, it was Huffman and Joshua Christopher who were both going at it. Christopher ends up pushing Huffman to the ground, but Huffman tries to clutch back at him while he's going down. That's where both of them get it.
Corey Neyland, Ryan Osborne.
Good call here. I thought it was 4 down, but after that penalty, no, you kick the field goal and you keep that momentum that you do have.
Ball will be spotted at the 12. Ball is spotted. Kick is up. And the kick is good. So with 13:19 to go, it's now the year I was born, 1917. Cougars have 19, the Hornets have 17 here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
And Mark, there's an addendum to that going forward 4-down territory, because if it had been a positive play, let's say they would have ran Rankins and he picks up 4 yards and now it's 4th and 1, then you go for it. But with that penalty and just the momentum quelled a little bit, kick the field goal, you're down by 2, your defense is playing well, let them work for you.
You know, it's always nice to have a guest like Stephen A. Smith on the show with us.
No.
We could do this, but then we could do that.
No, that's not what it was. I just explained it. You go for the 4th down, you go for it on 4th down, but you didn't get that positive play. I said run it with Rankins, they did not, so now they got to kick the field goal, and they did.
I could restrain myself from having a donut.
No.
I couldn't.
There is no could. They didn't do what I said. Thank you.
You know, I couldn't hear you, so that just proves radio is dead. I didn't hear a word that Joe just said, so that's it. Hornets trailing by 2. We're having fun in the booth. Ball's hooked. Taken right there.
He's down. His knee touched the ground, so it should be a dead ball at the 15.
So Corey Neyland says the gentleman who caught the football right there, Taquan Gilmore, went down with a knee.
And that's the second time that this happened this game. But still, that should have been down at the 15-yard line.
And he agreed with you, Corey, because as soon as he got up, he hesitated, stopped, looked at the official, and then decided, wait, there's no whistle?
Nobody called him down.
I'm going to take off.
Yeah.
Looks like the official
So,
might be saying.
George Silva, Jesse Bediako up front into the ball game now for the Hornets, along with Troy McDonald and Sean Morris.
Cyrus Zool, still the running back, goes from right to left. Wiggins, who's been quiet today, getting one-on-one coverage to the near side of the field. They hand it off to Zool. Zool gets a gain of 1 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9 at the 30-yard line.
And that's Bediako on the stop.
Wiggins stays the near side of the field. Gilmore at the far side of the field. Back in the game comes Calvin Little, who's had an excellent game. Again, man-to-man coverage. Now the Hornets drop back. 2nd down and 9. Comes the pressure. Now throw it over, go to Little. Little gets taken down, held on to. 3rd down for the Cougars and about 3 on the play. We're at the 12:24 mark here in the 4th quarter. The Hornets trailing by 2 here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
That tackle is huge by Elijah Griffin. He ends up just wrapping up at the ankles because it was another 15 yards afterwards if he doesn't.
Wiggins and Littles to the near side of the field. Griffin to the far side of the field. In the slot, Trevon Elliott. Big 3rd down and 2 for the Cougars at the 37. Here comes the pressure. Up the middle. Throws it in the flat. And who do you go to? Well, one of the more secure people all day long with the football is Calvin Little.
Yeah, and Chandler Brown slips on the out, on the move on the out, and that's what opened him up for that catch and the 1st down.
1st down and 10, right at the 50. Wiggins again to the side of the field. Littles goes to the far side of the field now. Griffin, Littles on the far side of the field. Trevon Elliott inside them. They hand it off to Zool. Zool stays on his feet. Nice pickup of 5 yards by Zool. Across the 45-yard line. So the Cougars on the move from midfield. We're at 11 minutes here in the 4th quarter. The Hornets trailing by 2. It's the Cougars 19, the Hornets 17 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Cougars taking their time. Colton Doyle has been an excellent in-control quarterback today for the Cougars. Big 2nd down. They ran it off to Zool again. Zool does not make it back, probably loses a yard at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good play again. Bediako, nice job of coming up the field, not slanting towards the center, but coming straight up the field, making them turn in. He makes the stop.
3rd down and 6 now at the 47-yard line. Far side of the field is going to be Gilmore. Little's inside him on the far side of the field. Now Colton Doyle with Zool to his right side. Big 3rd down play. 3rd down and 7. Hornets creep up. They throw it in the flat. You need to get the block. Excellent tackle from behind. You don't make it. It's at least a 15-yard gain.
Decision time for the Cougars.
I have to punt it away. If they don't, they look like they're going to go for it with a 4th down and 2. Disciplined by defense. Don't jump.
And there's the jump. Good play. Hard count. Colton Doyle draws them off sides. And that's going to be 1st down and 10. Keeping the drive alive. George Silva makes the jump. Elijah Mock checks back in for him.
Brian Crooks down there said, hey, they had somebody moving on the line of scrimmage. And that's what Brian said.
Oh, wow.
Brian Crooks was down on the sidelines, Corey, and that's why I said it. Said they were moving on it.
Okay, so the center or one of the offensive linemen moves their helmet, as Ryan was saying. Okay, so that's what got it. Wow, big play.
So if you're a Cougar fan, and none of the coaches over here at the Cougars reacted to it. They just all sat there. And so now the Hornets get that penalty that the parents thought they should have gotten through the entire game. Kashawn Griffin back deep. 9:15 to go. It's a 2-point game. Griffin looking to break one out sometime this year. High floater. Griffin looks, says, I'm going to let it bounce. It bounces into the end zone. Touchback. Nice decision on his part.
Yeah. So we'll see what the Hornets can do.
So, Ryan, you said you thought what happened on the line of scrimmage?
So on the far side of the field, it wasn't the center, it was the left guard. As they were getting set for the hard count, his head bops down just a shade, and that's what forces the nose tackle to go across the line of scrimmage.
And it was interesting because Brian Cricks, I'm watching, that's why I said it, Corey, he's on the field going, hey, you got to call it against them. The Hornets with Trey Edwards comes back out. Brandon Rankins at running back. Huffman to the near side of the field. First down and 10 for the Hornets at the 20, trailing by 2. They hand it off. No, they don't. Trey Edwards keeps it, steps inside, stays on his feet, gain of 9 on the play.
Edwards carries the ball. He takes it.
They'll give it to 10.
That's going to be long enough for
Oh, they give him the first down.
They did.
Generous spot.
Brandon Rankins still at running back. Huffman to the near side of the field. Jordan Smith to the far side of the field. Edwards at quarterback. First down and 10 at the 30. Edwards goes back, has time, steps up again, slips, gets hit again.
And Dean Miller's going to have to be careful on those tackles because he came in head first
And late.
spearing Trey Edwards. So he's lucky no penalty is called there.
Loss of 3 on the play. 8 minutes to go in the game. Trey Edwards stays back. Brandon Rankin stays with him. Same offensive lineup as last. Here comes the blitz. Edwards rolls away from it. Throws there into
Picked off.
double, triple coverage.
And great play. There was no way Avi Harris was in perfect position. There was no way that play was going to be completed. And Trey Edwards, again, if your read is not there, what they've been having to do is take off running and picking up positive yardage. That time he tried to make a play, and it didn't happen.
So big turnover by the Hornets. Intercepted at the 43. Exactly 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Trailing by 2. The defense needs to step up. The Cougar defense just stood up for them. Now we'll see if the Hornets can return the favor. Colton Doyle comes back in at quarterback. Shred 1 tackle, shred 2 tackles, and that's exactly what Moisey Haynes does, Corey. Hasn't been in the game as a running back. He just steps into this game, throws the arm out, and shreds a tackle.
It's going to be interesting to hear what the coaches have to say about broken tackles during the week on the Coaches Show.
Yeah, there haven't been many. Well, there have been some, but the ones that have been broken have resulted in big plays. That's the issue. It seems like there's many.
Doyle comes out. They sneak up. They look over the sideline. They're going to burn the clock. We're at 7 minutes here in the fourth quarter. First down and 10 on a great run. They run a little delay. This time they give it to the quarterback. Keeps it himself. Gets to the 30. If the defense can make a stand, realize it will be a 5-point football game for the Hornets. Defense trying to stand up. Second down and 6, right at the 30. Seven and 8 in the rankings with these two teams. Big second down. Doyle takes his time, steps back, feels the pressure, throws the middle of the field. Incomplete pass. Thrown short, Corey, because I thought on the play, to be very honest with you, that Trevon Elliott had the defensive back beat. No?
No, it would have had to been a perfect throw, and Jonathan Smith did a nice job of putting up his hands at the last moment.
3rd down and 7. At the 30 with 6:30 to go here in the 4th. Haynes still at running back. Doyle goes back. Goes to run a little screen and taken. And Corey, I'm going to ask you defensively because that was coming. Beautiful defense by the Hornets.
Yeah, Jordan Wright read it perfectly on that play, and Troy McDonald finishes up.
What we've seen too often on that type of play at the college level, Corey, is the cornerback on that play tries to cut in for the interception, doesn't end up catching it, and there's no one directly behind him. For Wright on that, just looks for the wrap-up.
6 minutes to go. 4th down and 9. The Cougars are going to go for it at the 32. All-out blitz. Throw, catch, on the money. What a sweet-looking play. Taquan Gilmore right there for the catch.
And Jordan Wright, as good as the play as he made on the play previously, that play, he lets Gilmore get to the 1st down marker and take a step on the outside. Perfect throw by Doyle. Gutsy call by Iacinda.
So we're under 6 minutes.
So what Fullerton can't let happen.
5 minutes and 18 seconds on the game clock, and reset the play clock to 15 seconds.
What can't happen for Fullerton if you're a Hornet is a touchdown being scored because they're not going to come back from that. You hold them to a field goal, you're only down 8. You still have an opportunity for a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. But again, it's 4-down territory. Cougars are just using all 4 of theirs.
You're only down by 5 if you hold the field goal. They're only trailing by 2 right
What's the
now.
score?
19-17.
Oh, 17. I forgot they kicked the field goal. My bad.
Run a pitch to the outside. We're going to get a flag on the play. Usually that's going to be holding, so we'll move the ball back.
Hayes takes the pitch out, tries the left side, picks up a couple.
Well, like I said, you get a touchdown, game's over.
True. I agree with you there.
Illegal formation, offense. That's a 5-yard penalty. Remains 1st down.
But the play before where Doyle throws the ball, it was an all-out jailbreak by the defense. He took 2 steps, planted that back foot, Corey, and threw the football. Excellent throw by a young quarterback.
Yes.
Doyle brings him back up. 1st down and 15. Hornets looking for a little miracle here. They almost come up. Doyle looks over the sideline. Clock will start because of a penalty after the ball is snapped. And then we get timeout with 4:42. College of the Canyon calls timeout. With 4:42 to go in the 4th quarter. It's College of the Canyons 19. Your Fullerton College Hornets 17 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Hey, we're back next weekend for more community college football. Joe, Corey, myself, Ryan Osborne hits the road with another community college football game next week, and you're Pasadena next week, are you not?
I'm at Pasadena.
And they're playing?
Pasadena is playing next Saturday at 1 p.m. Actually, excuse me, it's at 6 p.m. I'm kidding. They are going to be hosting Citrus at 6.
Oh, man.
Citrus with 2 wins to start the season. Fullerton hosts Allen Hancock next week for 4 o'clock kickoff.
So Doyle brings them back out. A little conference by the entire defensive squad. Doyle looks things over. 1st down and 15 at the 25. Doyle goes back, has time, has line, throws it over the flat. What a catch made over there by Trevon Elliott, who climbs the ladder and comes down with the football.
You can't have more perfect coverage. And again, he just went up and over and makes the catch. That was Marcellus Gaines who was on the, excuse me, Chandler Brown on the coverage. Just a nice throw, nice catch, nice easy drive for the Cougars. Not meaning easy that is doing it easy, but just easy in the fact that they know what they want to do.
2nd down and 5. They get the Hornets are off. It's a free play. Doyle throws it. Would have been a pick. It wouldn't have mattered anyway because it was offside by the Hornets.
Doyle's coming up slowly, limping just a little bit.
Offsides, number 53 of the defense. That 5-yard penalty results. 1st down. Here we go, G!
So it's 1st and goal. And like Corey Neyland has said, with 4:04 to go, if you give up a touchdown, this game is over. First and goal at the 8. Doyle comes back up. Haynes at running back. Hunt out wide to the right. Little in the slot on the right-hand side. Griffin out to the left. Doyle.
Delay of game. Number 4. 5-yard penalty. Remains 1st down. The clock will start on the snap.
So we move him back 5 yards. 4:02 to go here in the 4th quarter. The Hornets trailing by 2. It's the Cougars 19, the Hornets 17 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Cougars come to the line of scrimmage. Doyle, who has had a very efficient day at quarterback. Hunt comes out to the right. Little in the slot next to him. Inside Little on the right-hand side is going to be Elliott. Double punt over the middle, incomplete pass.
Wiley and Thompson with the pressure. And it does, sorry, Mark.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say it does look like it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. But again, that double pump and Doyle's going out of the ball game.
Trevor Elliott.
Ika Hihifo is now in a quarterback for the Cougars.
Tooney hands it off. Six feet tall, out of Lancaster.
Paraclete High School.
So it brings up 3rd and goal from the 8. 3:30 to go. Comes the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, goal from the 8. And he is sacked at the 15.
A huge sack. Amari Williams comes in and wraps him up out of Miami Beach, and it'll be 4th down.
And the Hornets call timeout. So you've got to kick the field goal if you're the Cougars. You're up by 2. You make the field goal, that means the Hornets can only win with a touchdown. If you miss the field goal, that means the Hornets can win with a field goal.
And you take your chances with the Hornets trying to score a touchdown, as the offensive rhythm for the Hornets just hasn't been there all game.
Well, is this not time for Kashan to take one all the way back to win the football game?
If you're a Hornet fan, yeah, you'd like to see him get his 5th kickoff return of his career.
Or maybe you block this field goal and you pick it up on the dead run and take it in for a touchdown?
If you're a Hornet fan, you would like to see that happen. Al Guidry ain't playing, though, Mark. Neither is D'Angelo Ross.
At least we're not up north and watching Ryan Osborne not say a thing because he couldn't.
Game is at 6.
Ty Morrison, who has been perfect today. Ball is spotted. Kick is up. And the kick is good. 5 for 5 for Morrison with 3:03 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's the Cougars 22, the Hornets 17 here on Sportsnet USA.net. Well, if you're a Hornet fan, you're looking for the miracle. If you're the Cougar fans, you're looking for the solid defense you have had all day long.
Here's the thing. If the four Hornets don't run it back for a touchdown, who's coming back behind center?
Trey Edwards.
Okay.
Who do you have come out?
I would have Trey Edwards. He's been the one who has led the team down the field in each of his last 2 drives. Yeah, the last one stalled just a shade because he had the interception. But nonetheless, he has been able to move the Hornets down the field.
Corey Neyland, who do you have come in?
Yes.
We already know Noah Alvarez, who's behind us, says, I know who I have come in.
Well, who's going to come in, they're going to have a good drive.
High floater taken by Griffin in the end zone. Looks up at the 20, steps the outside, can't do it. Good coverage by the Cougars, so the Hornets will start at the 20. Well, with 2:57 to go, Chandler Galban is coming in at quarterback for the Hornets.
And the interior, Taylor Lewis, number 19 for the Cougars, has a tremendous game. Not many tackles, but again, he's controlled the line of scrimmage. Dean Miller, 2 sacks in this second half. And Henry has also had a strong game with 3 tackles.
Galban in at quarterback, steps back, has time, goes to throw, turn, fought, caught at the 41. Don't spin the football, hand it to the official, don't get a flag.
Well, the thing is, Coy Thomas, he's got to be careful on the push-off. That's the second time he's pushed off making a catch.
First down and 10 at the 41. Galban has time, double clutches, and throws a pick.
And that's ball game, folks, and that is Julian Salazar with the pick on a double clutch. Galban wanted to go underneath. And again, he's short on him just a little bit. He saw his man open. Salazar drops back. And for all intents and purposes, if Fullerton doesn't come up with a miracle turnover, College of the Canyons is going to go back home victors.
So College of the Canyon makes 2 excellent interceptions defensively. One against Trey Edwards, one against Galban, to stop the offense from moving down the field.
And again, it's one of those things that the offense really never got into a rhythm. And it showed there with the indecisiveness if he actually wanted to throw the ball or if he wanted to take off running. But again, that's the worst thing that could have happened. Ika Hihifo now at quarterback, still at quarterback for the Cougars.
That's their last timeout.
With 2:34 to go. Here on SportsNetUSA.net. Well, don't forget, we're back next week against Allen Hancock, Joe, Corey, and myself. And again, we want to thank Miller Toyota of Anaheim for making all these games possible here on SportsNetUSA.net. Not only us, but Golden West College with the franchise and Ed Ford, Magic Matt, Albert Robles calling that game. The Hornets, just a little hiccupy, maybe like an old Toyota that you need to trade in to Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Say, hey, give me something a little shinier, a little quicker, a little faster, a little more giddy up. If you do that at Miller Toyota of Anaheim, they'll give you one special deal on that Toyota you're looking for. We always want to thank them for making all our games possible. Miller Toyota supports community college football and education here on SportsNetUSA.net. First down and 10 at the 35. Back-to-back interceptions for the Hornets. Run down the middle, cuts to the outside. Another turn. Down at the gain. Clock will continue to run. Hornets don't call a timeout. Gain of 7 on the play. Second down and 3 at the 32. Clock continues to move. Hornet defense needs to do something. They almost jump, they don't. Third down and 2. They stop it right there. Hornets still have 1 timeout yet, but with 1:36, they're not using it. Third down and 4. So they're going to save that timeout, Ryan Osborne, I'd say, till after this play. If they stop them, they should call timeout.
The key right here, Mark, is going to be wrapping up and getting the guy down on the first opportunity. You cannot let him break a tackle here.
Third down and 4 for the Cougars at the 26. Hornets come up the middle, miss a tackle, and that's the game. Ball comes out! Hornets have the football with 57 seconds left in the game. The Hornets get the turnover.
And just when it looked like not only that this game was over, but we were just talking about the missed tackles. 2 straight were broken there. And coming back on it, it looked like it was Junior Wiley who ended up punching that ball out from behind. This is huge for Fullerton College. And the bigger thing, Mark, they keep that timeout.
Galban comes back in. Brandon Rankin at quarterback. So Brian Crook's defense does it again. Galban goes back, has time, can't get sacked. He does get sacked. Here comes the pressure. Galban throws. Intercepted.
Ball intercepted by Campbell.
Flag down on the field, but I don't think it's against College of the Canyons. So Galban comes in, throws back-to-back interceptions, and that.
After the interception, illegal block in the back, number 47 of the intercepting team.
So the interception will still stand, and that brings us to the end of the day. So with 26.6 seconds to go, victory kneel down for College of the Canyons. They take the kneel down, and the clock will continue to go with 20 seconds to go, and the coaches walking across the field. It looks like College of the Canyons comes down to Shapell and will walk away with a 5-point victory. Cougars 22, Hornets 17. You've been watching Fullerton College football on SportsNetUSA.net.